Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, to Generations Behind, episode 55. It's episode 55. I don't have all these people to gaslight me. We're down one gaslighter this week. To the side of me, we have the Luscious Slut, Kills Reaper, Game Collecting Reaper. Tyler Haight. Tyler, how are you today?
I am doing pretty good, pretty good. I did some luscious hours last night.
It's a little
I
eepy.
was up. Craig was like, or well, he wasn't like, we decided on recording today, and we're like, normal time. Yeah, it's early as shit for him. It's like 8 a.m., 11 a.m. for me. Um, yeah, I was up till about 6, and I seen the sun coming up, and I was like, I think I should catch some sleep, right? Woke up 15 minutes before we are supposed to record, and I was like, yeah, I need some time. I need some time.
Well, then he texted me and he was like, hey, I just woke up, and I was like, cool, me too. So it worked out.
Yeah.
And
So,
before the blue collar folk roll up and go, 8 a.m. ain't so early, cupcake. I know, but it's my day off. So if it's my day off, it's early. If it was a work,
so
I would give my left nut to wake up at 8 a.m. to go to work, all right? On like a work day. But on the weekend, I like to sleep in. So I say for a day off, 8 a.m. is early. If that's like getting up for your 9 to 5 or your job or whatever, 8 a.m. is not an early time to wake up, probably, for the general
yeah,
masses.
yeah. For work, I gotta wake up at like 6. So,
Yeah, it depends. It depends. I'm trying to get in the routine of getting up early to either go to the gym or walk a bit. So right now my wake up time varies on the days I do that or do not, but usually like 6:30. So, but for many years I was getting up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So I know the struggle. I have been the blue collar man, believe it or not. I know you're like this sissy boy was doing hard labor, and I believe it
yeah.
or not, at one point in my life I was for many years.
But
Um,
also, don't worry, Craig cares about his sleep more than I do. He goes to bed at like 9 p.m.
oh God,
So,
dude, if there's nothing holding me back, I will go. If there's nothing holding me back, I'll go to bed at 7. I'm like an 80-year-old grandma, just ready to sleep at any time. But the difference is the 80-year-old grandma will go to bed at 7 and wake up at 4. I'll go to bed at 7 and wake up at noon the next day. Nothing's stopping me. My body is a machine that produces sleep.
sometimes
I
we need that. Are
I
you the type of person that like you can fall asleep like that? Or are you the type of person that like it takes you a bit?
usually I can. Usually once I lay down, close my eyes, put on my Oni plays best of or whatever bullshit I put on the TV, I'm out for the count. So
Dude, I'm like jealous of Jonathan. All right, yeah, Jonathan, I'm talking about this. Because when we were at Too Many Games, right, at the hotel room, this man's like, all right, I'm going to bed. He puts his fucking head on the pillow, instantly starts snoring. I'm like, how the fuck? I'm like, I wish I could do that. I gotta lay here for like 5, 10 minutes, so I'm like out. No, this dude is just like, I'm going to bed. What the fuck? Like, how?
usually I can do that,
Uh,
especially if I am actually tired. But sometimes I like just laying there, closing my eyes and resting. Sometimes it's nice to just
huh.
pretend to
I'm
sleep.
jealous. I'm jealous. That's a fucking gift. Like,
Usually it's more of like my issue for going back to sleep is on the weekends, like once it's rolling back to Monday, because on the weekend I managed to ruin my sleep schedule every Saturday and every Friday
I
night.
used to have to, you stay up to 11 instead.
Exactly, and I'm just like, oh, it's hard for me to go to bed now. 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I love sleep. I always say that I am not feeling tired, that I am tired. It's a personality trait because it hasn't gone away in over a decade. So I think it's just part of who I am
Fair,
now.
fair.
Did I introduce myself? I'm Craig. I host the show as well. I can never remember. I usually skip over
You did.
myself. Yeah, that's
You
fine.
did.
It
That's when I
doesn't.
was mocking you. I was just like,
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you for that. That was very kind
yeah,
of you.
I
Um,
was like trying to, so you could like lip read and know what you were saying.
I know
It's
it's
helping you
hard
out.
to focus, so thanks for that, asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
Topic of
You're
the show:
welcome.
we're going to be ranking the PlayStation consoles and their iterations. Hopefully, we didn't miss any major iterations. But I think we got all of the pros and the 1000s and 2000s and different things. So should be a fun time. Me and Tyler love our PlayStation consoles. There's one in particular that I am a hater of, so I'm excited to get to that. do some shit talking.
Oh,
Um, and the world is very mad at Sony right now, so maybe now's not the time to be talking about Sony legacy. But I like to think of us talking about the good times before we get to the next generation of whatever bullshit they're gonna
yeah.
throw at us. So I've still been stewing on that, and not only am I still mad at Sony, I truly don't think I'll buy a PlayStation 6 at all. I don't think that there's a reason to. I know I went on my tangent 2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
but I'm
because
like, I think that I'm like,
no.
we're at diminishing returns. I'm like, we get basically two exclusives a year, and most of the time it's not even something that speaks to me that I care about. So I'm like, I think I'll just be fine with, my Steam Deck, my PC, and my Switch too. I think that'll be enough. And I think that
And we're at the
if
point.
if sorry, not to interrupt, but like, if
Yeah, good.
any at any point where the PS6 is going to be like the PS5 was for the PS4. It's like we're going to be getting PS5 games for 5 years after the PS6 comes out anyway. So it's like I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, that was kind of my point. Like, we're gonna be getting cross-gen games for a long time, and like the PS5 already looks fine. This PS6 is not gonna be like a huge generational leap to pay 3 times the amount for,
Yeah,
probably.
and you know what? I was
So,
promised 60 frame games from these people. We haven't even gotten that in this generation, so I just don't believe that for the next
I
anyway.
mean,
If they try to make that a selling
the,
point, so
the box of the PS5 says 8K. I haven't seen an 8K game
I
yet.
think there's
So,
literally been one, right? Like there's been one 8K game, some indie game, I think. But no. So it's like I don't care anymore. It's fine.
I'm about to look that up right now.
Yes.
How many 8K games
Yes. Please correct
released
me.
on PS5?
I know, because isn't that why the 8K logo isn't on the box anymore? Because
There's 5,
oh, okay. List them for us.
which include Gran Turismo 7, No Man's Sky, um, F1 24, Pure Pool Pro, and I didn't know about this one, but the Callisto Protocol.
Those run at 8K?
Apparently,
Interesting. Huh. For some reason, I just straight up don't believe that. But
yeah, especially the oh, and also there. I guess there's another one, the Tourist.
that's the one I was thinking of. I think that rings a bell somewhere in my brain. But yeah, so this video is, I guess we could call it an in memoriam of the final physical generation of PlayStation. Sony, you suck. That is all. I'm thinking about being one of those people that are very hardcore and being like just not using my PlayStation anymore. I'm thinking about it.
I know Patrick's big on the cancel your plus thing. I know
Um,
that.
and I think I might do that too because I know you could put at least all of your PS4 saves. You could actually like remove and put them on a thumb drive. So
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea.
gonna do
Most of the
that.
time, I'm not playing PS5 native games anyway. I'm usually playing PS4. So I don't know. I'm not happy. I don't like. I like choice. Like I said, I don't even know if I care as much about physical going away because I mean that matters, but I think it's more the lack of choice that bothers me than anything. So
Yeah, I'm surprised at the fact that like I know it's Sony and they never address things, but like it's to the point where you're getting so much shit still in your like post that like even if you're not going back, say something.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you
They
need to address
I
it.
know because it's
This
like,
is bad.
well, and I feel bad for I saw like there was an article where it's like like an indie developer is like excited to release my game, and all the comments are just shitting on PlayStation, shitting on the lack of physical this, that, the other, and they're like, we're an indie studio, like this is our first game, we're just trying to put something out, and like we're kind of getting the backlash for a decision that doesn't really have anything to do with us, and I'm like, it does suck seeing the little guy get some flack for this as well, even though it's not their fault.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to it. And, it's not to say that I don't care about physical going away. Let me correct myself on that. I do care, but I think that that's not the biggest issue because I think that unfortunately we're heading in that direction one way or another no matter what. It is the lack of choice that is the issue. So
Once physical's gone forever, how long do you think it's going to take for somebody to own one of every game in the world and have a complete game collection?
I don't know. I mean,
It's going to be possible.
it will be possible, but um it's hard because it's like the console that always makes it super difficult is the Atari 2600, right? Because it's like, what counts on the Atari 2600 is like
Yeah.
a homebrew or an official thing. It's like, so I guess it matters if you count official, unofficial, the other. Technically possible, but still probably almost impossible because some of this stuff is just so insanely hard to track down and find. Like I don't know. There's that. I think that Atari like birthday game has like 20 copies ever made or something like that. So there's a bunch of weird
Damn.
stuff like that.
I don't know too much about Atari. Like honestly, I'm not very. I know there's like an expensive Jaws game on it.
Mm.
That's all I
I
know.
know that's something I would love. Totally off topic, but like to get like the Halloween game or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like stuff
Yeah, I
like
know
that would
about
be
those.
super cool. But of course, those are the only things that are expensive on that system is the cool stuff.
Yeah.
So it'd be like that sometimes. But
Well, you
yeah,
got Kaboom. That's cool.
dude, shout out
Like,
to my boy Kaboom.
I used to play that shit on Black Ops 2 all the time, dude. When you do like the Nuketown thing, you can play the Activision Atari games on the. Hell yeah, I was playing Kaboom on that shit.
That's funny. I
Yo, Kaboom.
I guess we'll get to it when we talk about what we're playing. But I'm guessing you've probably gotten Black Ops and Black Ops 2.
It might have. It might have.
You're part of the problem, according to Twitter, Tyler.
Yeah. Well, listen, me and John game share. All right, so like
You're like,
technically,
so technically it's his fault, and I'm just playing it.
it's half of the problem.
There you go.
But I will say,
Mhm.
once we get there, I'm gonna fucking go on the rant now. Yo, it's bullshit that they release the games for $40 each, and then the DLC on top of it of a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old game is an extra $30 each.
Oh, the
So
DLC
if
is
you
not
want
included?
No,
That's
no,
crazy.
it's not. So if you want Black Ops 1 is $40. You want the Black Ops 1 season pass to get all the maps and the zombies maps, extra $30. You're paying $70 per fucking game. Right? So the only reason, we actually caved in and did this shit is because they were on sale for PlayStation Plus members. It was like 50% off for the game, and the DLC was like 66% off. So the game was $20 and the DLC was 10. So ultimately everything together was 30. So like yeah, because I wasn't spending $30 on a fucking season pass. Like
That's crazy.
that's ridiculous. Um, yeah, it's dumb. Fucking Activision, dude.
Fucking Activision. Yeah, I keep thinking about how much I really care not about physical games going away, and I think overall I do care. Just because, like I said, the option is good. It's nice to have something, but I don't know. Sometimes I do have a lot of digital games too for the modern consoles, just for convenience sake. And I feel like from a collector standpoint, I'd rather own more old stuff anyway. So maybe that's a dumb way of thinking, but my brain
Hey,
kind of goes there. I'm like,
you
oh
know,
well. I'm like, I guess I'll just buy PS2 and PS3 and whatever else instead.
get that fucking PS3 now, dude.
True.
Shit. Did you know one of the most expensive games on PS3 is a Blaze Blue game?
Isn't that weird? I
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I
I
think.
seen somebody talk about it in a video, and I was like, can't be fucking real.
hmm
Because I was like, I have some Blaze Blue games. Of course, I have every single one but that one. I was like, oh,
Damn.
well.
Yeah, it's expensive. I don't know. I thought it only came out in like a special edition or something. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But
I think it might have just been very late life because I know that one's also on PS4.
mhm. So
So I think they were just like, let's put it on the PS3 as well. Like,
yeah,
but when
one
I
and
found
done
out about
front
that, I was like,
run.
what?
I know,
And
cause
if y'all don't see it, Puppeteer is like $300 now. So don't know where the hell that happened overnight. I swear to God.
yeah, I see price charting is floating around 95. The last two sold listings say 145 and 155. So I don't know.
I was just
This
looking
is
at
a slow
solds.
creep.
Maybe. I was
Let's
just looking at
see.
solds yesterday, and I seen one for 270, and I seen one for like 240, and then I saw one in a Facebook group the other day for like or yesterday close to 300,
Let's
and it
see.
sold. And I
Puppeteer
was like,
PS3. Whoo. Yeah, it looks like. Trying to think. Does this game have a manual or no?
no,
Okay.
case and disc.
Okay, I'm seeing some listings right now. Um, yeah, there's a lot of buy it nows in like the 200s. So,
Okay.
God, it sucks.
So it's getting there.
I'm mad because I always have waited. This game spiked when the PS3 store was originally going to shut down, and I was like, man, I want that game. Oh well, I'll wait. And then it went down in price, and I just never ended up buying it. And now it's exploded in price again, and I'm like, well, why is this the one game for some reason that's being affected?
I don't
I was
know.
gonna
Yeah, there
say,
was a sold for two set. It's probably because everybody brings it up in their videos. Buy these PS3 games at Puppeteer, like
yeah.
everybody.
I mean, I've
Um,
heard that it's not even that great. I haven't played it, so I don't know. But
there's one sold for 270
I always thought
on
it
the
looked cool.
16th, and then also on the 16th for 280.
Crazy.
So yeah, one game I want to get, which is now fucking spiking back up, and I could have got it when it dipped, was Folklore. I want to get
Yeah.
Folklore.
Folklore, I remember
So
I got lucky at the time. Like, I found it, I think, for like $30 in like a store that games wasn't their primary thing. They were more of a
mm,
TCG shop. They just happened to sell games, and I found it for like $30, and I was like, oh hell yeah, because that's a game I've always heard is great too. I've wanted to try that one for a long time.
yeah, that one and one I've been looking for. It doesn't really go up in price, but it like holds its value at like $60. Is the one Spyro game on PS3? I just want it on PS3.
Yeah, that one's bit. I
Spyro
remember.
New
I think that
Beginning.
one was higher at one point. It went down. It kind of
Yeah, it
neutralized,
was
I
like a
guess.
hundred about, but
Yeah.
I'll pay 60 if I find it. Like every time I find it, it's in shitty ass
There
condition.
you
I'm
go.
like, nah,
Yeah.
I'll wait.
You're doing a
I'll
little
wait.
game hunting today, aren't you? So
Yeah, yeah. Patrick, our main thing is we want to go to Panda Express because we ain't got one near here. So we
that's right.
sometimes
He uses an
we
excuse to
sometimes
drive
take
drive
yeah
far.
yeah. So we drive out to Panda and we're like, well, fuck it, let's hit some game stores. So yeah,
That's so funny. I
Panda.
literally have a Panda within like 5 minutes, a 5 minute drive of
I'm
me.
so jealous.
And then if I drive
So
another 5 minutes, there's another Panda. And then if I drive
I would
another 10
probably
minutes, there's another Panda. They're all over.
if I was like that close, I'd probably eat so much that I'd eventually get tired of it, and I'd be like, this ain't special anymore.
I don't know. I
But
thought that was going to
having it,
happen with me and Chick-fil-A, because I moved here and we didn't have it the first few years I lived in Vegas. And no, I would still eat it every day, God willing. If they're open on Sunday, I'd be there too.
have you ever had Cane's?
Yes.
What's your thoughts on Cane's?
It's mediocre, but the sauce makes it like an S tier food. It's like just dip everything in the sauce.
I remember because like we have a Cane's, it's probably like 10, 15 minutes from here. Um, and when we went to too many games, Vinny was just like, "Yo, so we're gonna go to Cane's for one night for dinner." And I was like, well, "What's the closest one to here?" And he was just like, he landed out, and I was like, "That's the one right by my house. I'm not driving back to my house." I was like, I was like, "You can get Cane's. I'm getting something."
That's funny. Does he not have a Cane's near him?
No, and they drove all the way far away for Waffle House. They did that too. And I was like, the closest Waffle House is the one right by my job. I'm not going back there.
God, I love Waffle House. That's something we're still missing here in Vegas.
That's crazy.
Well,
Great Vegas
imagine the
that.
fights, especially if they put a Waffle House on the strip. It'd be legendary.
Dude, that's gonna be the first Waffle House to have fucking slot machines inside the.
Love it. That'd be so funny. And also very true. If you don't know, if you ever anyone has never been here, you come here. There's literally slot machines in the gas stations. There's slot machines in the grocery stores. It
They're in
is.
the fucking airport right when you get out. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, you want to go to your destination? No, fuck you, gamble.
Hey,
Yeah,
that
which
worked out
mind
for
you, I
you.
won there. I won there.
Exactly. And that was on your way
I
out,
was,
not even on your way in.
yeah, my way out. One of my old teachers ran into me and he was like, "Oh, you going on any vacations?" Gave me $100 bill. He was like, "Play it on something." I was like, "Damn, okay." Didn't play while I was there, and I was leaving. I was like, "I got 2 hours to kill. Might as well do it." So I sat down a machine. I played like three. Put the $100 bill in. Played like three times. I won $700. I was like, "I'm done." All right.
It's beautiful.
So
I know. I've never won that much, but I'm not much of a gambler. I'm not very lucky.
yeah,
The most gambling I ever got into was when I was very into Pokemon card collecting for a while. So
I won $1,000 on a scratch off before. That was something.
you're a lucky
So one
man
day I was like,
sometimes. You're a
I'm
lucky
gonna buy
man.
this off. I was at Walmart. I was like, I'm just gonna buy a scratch off ticket. So I bought one. And then I usually just I don't even play the fucking thing. I just scrape the barcode and scan it. And it was like see person for paper or something like that. And I was like, huh? I was like, what do you mean? So I scratched it off and it was like 10 times 100. I was like, oh, okay.
And then you saw
Nice.
the person for paper, all right. You got a
Yeah, and I
nice
was like,
band out
yo,
of it.
it's like
Beautiful.
run it.
You can't
Run
even
it.
buy scratch shops in Nevada. They're illegal here. You can't buy Powerball tickets.
Wait. It's illegal to get scratch off tickets in Nevada?
Yeah, you can't get scratch off tickets and you can't
In
buy
Vegas?
Powerball tickets. You can't get either of them. You have to drive out of state.
Why?
They
That
don't.
makes no
I think they
sense.
just don't want to take anything away from the casinos.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like I've bought Powerball tickets in my adult life and I've had to do it while I was out of town because you can't get them here.
Damn. The more you know. I did
It's
not know that.
and I'm pretty sure we're the only state that you can't get those two things, which makes it even funnier. So,
Like, no, you're going to the fucking casino, and that's where you're spending your
yeah.
money. No scratch
No,
off for
there
you.
is literally there's gas stations like surrounding, the city limits where you can leave like right outside of Nevada where people will drive out there and there'll be, lines and lines and lines of people when like the Powerball's going crazy cuz everyone goes to the same gas station because it's the closest one to leave town and buy it at. It's so funny.
Yo, gotta go to that Sunoco right now.
Hey man, what's spending $20 to maybe be a billionaire? Why not, right?
I mean, ain't wrong. There's a chance. It's
Exactly.
never impossible. There
Exactly. The
is a
chances are low,
chance.
but they're never zero. So,
Exactly.
you never know. And then we go blow it all on hookers and blow.
Yep. In Vegas, where we won the illegal ban from Vegas money.
Maybe a nice stadium events or something. Who knows?
Yep.
What do people spend?
A
What
nice,
do people spend their Powerball winnings on? Stadium events? That's
a
normal,
nice.
right?
But we'll hit up Ryan Main and be like, "Yo, well, that NW's, that NWC, I want
Just get
this."
all of his crazy high pop games.
Yeah, it's crazy seeing him when he posts things that again. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn.
I think it was the other day. For those that don't know, he posted like, it was like I think it was the highest grade NWC, the highest grade stadium events. I think it was like the highest grade Flintstones or something. Just the most
Yeah.
insane stuff. That
Like
guy,
if you want to post
he
the
might be
flex,
the
he will
king at this
outflex you.
point. If you like, like people, if you talk about like important games, like in terms of like the Mario's and Zeldas and things like that, like that's I feel like a different category. If you just care about like collectible rare video games, he might be the goat at this point. It's incredible
Yeah.
in terms of like having the highest quality and the rare stuff is absolutely insane. So shout out to him. I like when I see him post because I'm just like he's out here living my dream. Happy for him.
Good. Gotta get him on here.
That'd
That'd
be
be
cool.
crazy.
I think because I've been part of the high end game group on Facebook or
Ryan
whatever for a
Gamer.
long time. Because I like either like seeing the crazy transactions on there or I've actually bought stuff from there in the past as well. Worked with people on there, sold things and stuff. And if I remember right, he was kind of like one of the first big people that like got into grading games and like getting games graded and selling them and stuff. So I think that's a big part of what helped him was he was kind of early to that boom. So
Yeah. The store he was in when he got that big grade, the stadium events
uh-huh.
with the other owner or whatever. That's actually the store by me.
Oh,
Like that
funny.
big Just Press Play mega store. That's where it is.
Yeah, because have
I
you
was like,
been
oh
to his
shit.
store, Fire and Ice?
I never been there.
Is it near you or is it too far?
I don't know. Where is it located?
I don't know to be honest. So I just know that he owns a store, and every time I see photos of it, I'm like, I want to go there so bad. It looks so cool. There's a lot of cool game stores around the country. I would love to do like a road trip. I think that'd be awesome.
It's in California.
Oh, okay, there you go. So
Closer to
definitely,
you, buddy.
yeah, I was gonna say
Closer to you.
more likely that I'll go there than you.
All right, so I'll fly out there and we do a road trip. Got it.
There we go. Well, if you're getting Pokemon box off me, you said you're probably gonna fly out here anyway. You want to handle it yourself.
Dude, we should. That'd be cool to do. I ain't gonna lie. I'd make a video out of that.
There you go.
I would
Revive
totally
the
do
YouTube channel. That would be fun. I don't know. We don't know if you're getting my Pokemon box off of me just yet, so
that. I don't know. We're working on it.
only time will tell.
Slow negotiations. He's a tough fight. No, I'm kidding. I know where he lives. I'll come take it.
That's true. You
I'll
do.
show up
You
at
do know where I live, unfortunately.
I'll show up. I'll show up at 10 p.m. He'll be sleeping, stealing his shit.
Terrible. We did have one non-topic write-in from Patrick. Patrick just said, "Thank you for the birthday wishes, Craig, and I equally look forward to meeting you one day." Shout out to Patrick. I don't think he's ever not wrote in for an episode.
No, I think him and Jason been on it.
They're
Which,
very
by the way, Jason
consistent.
and refresh it.
I
But
saw his. So shout out to the boys. Always writing in. Always appreciate it. I need to share an annoying story with you before we actually talk about video games real quick, if you're okay with that.
I don't care. Go ahead.
So I had to get my smog done, as you know. When you register your car, you get your smog done, all that. There's a place by me, the $15 smog. And I was like, well, that's cheap. And it's like kind of like a regular like shop for a car. So it's like they do everything there, whatever work needs to be done on your car, right? So, I go in, I give my keys, this, that, the other. They're like, hey, your air filter and your engine filter are pretty dirty if you want to change those. And I was like, well, I've had this car for 5 years and I've never changed them. So I should probably do that. That's probably a good idea. I was like, so sure, why not? I'll do that. And they're like, okay, here's your smog paperwork. We'll bring out your keys and when it's ready. I'm like, okay, cool. So it takes them about 5 minutes to do the smog, and then I'm sitting
Oh
there.
God, how much do they charge you for it, dude?
No, it's not. It's not even the problem. So,
Oh,
30 minutes pass, and I'm like, how long could it take to change the filters? That's kind of weird. Like, they took them out in 2 seconds. I feel like they could put new ones
yeah.
in 2 seconds. Another 30 minutes pass. So I go up to the receptionist. I'm like, hey, can you make sure everything's okay? Like, not trying to tell these people how to do their jobs, but I feel like changing filters can't be, shouldn't take an hour, right? And she's like, yeah, let me go check on that. And then she goes into the back. She's back there for 10 minutes. And then she comes back out to the front and she goes, yeah, let me just, you could pay now. That way when the car's ready, you can just go. I'm like, okay. And should it be done soon? She's like, yeah, yeah. And then another 20 minutes pass. And I
Oh,
see I see a delivery truck drive up to the like outside by the
they
office.
ordered the fucking parts and
Yes. And I see the guy walk out with 2 filters and drop them off. And I say something. I'm like, "Hey, those my filters?" And the lady just doesn't say anything. And then, of course, as soon as that guy drops off the filters, they walk inside with my keys, and I'm like, "Those motherfuckers were waiting because they didn't have the filters, even though I already said I'll do it." So my theory is that they probably threw away the dirty ones and then didn't realize they were out of stock of the ones they needed. But I was like, what a bunch of assholes. I'm like, I would have been less
yeah.
annoyed if you were just honest with me, like, hey, we didn't realize it's probably gonna be about an hour, but I'm just like, holy shit. So I just thought that was so obnoxious I had to share.
Damn.
I'm like, I should have been here for 5 minutes. I was like, and I was here for almost 2 hours to get my air filters changed and a smog done.
Wild.
That being said, it was only
Oh, well.
$100 for the AC filter, the engine filter, and the smog. So that's actually kind of cheap, but I was still annoyed.
Simple thing. Yeah.
It should not have taken
They
that
give you a
long.
discount for your time. That's why.
That was crazy. But had to share. So if you're a car dealership, don't do that to somebody. That's annoying. Or at least be honest.
Yeah. Damn.
Tyler, what have you been playing?
So as we talked about, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, playing both of those. It's honestly really cool to be back to the golden era of COD. I mean, minus Black Ops 1 got hacked to hell for a little bit, but then they patched it. Now it's not really as bad. It wasn't even bad. It was just people doing XP lobbies. So like every lobby you went into, people were just blowing themselves up. Because that's how you got the
Ridiculous.
XP. You'd go in the lobby, you'd blow yourself up, you'd hit max level, you'd back out, prestige, you'd rejoin the lobby, you'd blow yourself up, and yeah, it was just I don't know, it was weird. So everybody's just blowing themselves up. Is this an XP lobby? Like, so that got a little unplayable for a little bit, but they fixed it, so now that's better. And Black Ops 2, like that was my favorite Call of Duty of all time. So yeah, it's been nice going back to that one. Having simple ass gameplay with like 10 attachments compared to 95 where you're only going to use 4 is very nice. Very, very nice. We'll say though, these games had the emblem editor, and some people in 2026 are still wild.
Yeah, I saw that. It
Still
didn't
wild.
take long for people to get highly inappropriate.
There's a lot of stuff. I've seen a bunch of things that I'm not going to talk about on here. But yeah, anyway, played those, and then also my little free to play game NTE, which I will say though, they're doing some really cool things in this game.
Are
Like
they?
they added a whole extra mode on top of like the game that plays like it has like a map like Clair Obscur. It has gameplay like Diablo, and like like Diablo Dark Souls kind of like system with like bonfires and shit. And it's really cool. Like you go through different like the whole world map looks like Clair Obscur. They even have little side missions like Clair Obscur with like the parkour shit where you're just jumping on random things going up. Same exact way. Same exact way. And I was like, I gotta do this shit again. um but yeah, and then they have like a whole separate level up system and like it's like an RPG and an RPG. Yeah, it's pretty neat though. I played I spent like a whole day last week and just doing that. Yeah. That game's good, man. You gotta try
You
it.
love your anime
Give
slop.
it a shot. Dude, no, that one's pretty good. That one's
It's
pretty good.
different, okay?
They're actually like it is. They're consistent with these updates, man. That's what keeps pulling me back in. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this new character. I have every character so far. I gotta keep it up. Yeah.
I'm happy for you. I just refuse to get into these kinds of games because I know at the end they're just a money pit. So
Yeah. I haven't got to that part yet.
you will.
My wallet's okay. Yeah,
You spent
probably.
money on
My
it. You're
wallet's okay.
lying. You told me you
No,
spent money on it.
I mean, I haven't went crazy. Like, I haven't been like, let me get the $100 pack. You know, I was like, let me get the $15 like 10 pull thing. You know,
And then, did you only spend those $15? Or did you do it more than once?
so far, so
I was
far.
gonna say, have you done it 10 times to be more than the $100
No,
pack?
no, not there yet. Not there
I
yet.
don't know. Ever since my Fire Emblem Heroes addiction from back in the day, I get afraid. So, I get afraid of.
Well, how much did you spend on that? How far did you go on that?
I will say this much. I found out there was a way to find out how much money you spent. I had a panic attack and I deleted the game, and then I never looked back. Because I was just it was
all
probably
those small purchases add the fuck
oh
up.
I'm sure it was easily at least 4 digits, and I'm like that's embarrassing. So I just was like I can't do this
Yeah,
again.
there was this like one time a long time ago. There was this really fake like Pokemon game on the App Store.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was called something else, but then it was just Pokemon when you went into it, and then you had like clans, and you'd be put into like a group of like 60 people, and then like every month they had an event, and if you placed in the top however many, you got like this exclusive legendary Pokemon. And you know me, I want to try to be on the top every time.
Of
So
course.
let's just say I stayed in top 3 of this leaderboard for a prolonged period of time until Nintendo sent them probably a cease and desist, and then
Then it
they had
was
to
all
come
for
off the
nothing.
App Store, and then to still get money on the game, you had to like go through some third party thing, da 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 da. And I was just like, then I did the same thing as you. I was like, how much did I spend? And I was like, I'm done.
Did you find out?
I'm
Did
done.
you find out how much you spent?
Couple hundred. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, like I said,
I don't.
I definitely spent at least $1,000 on Fire Emblem Heroes. It probably more, but I'm like I don't want to know. So I literally as soon as I found out you could see how many orbs you purchased, I deleted the app. I was like I can't know. I was like this will
Like
break me.
paying to stay on top of a leaderboard of a game where it's gonna get taken down anyway.
I was paying for the chance of fucking Lucina PNGs. That's even more embarrassing.
I wanted her in a swimsuit. Damn it!
I love that character. She's one of my all-time favorite like video game characters. So I was like anytime there was a new Lucina variant, I was like summon. It's so fucking bad.
Yeah. I used to be bad in some of the Dragon Ball games too, but like it wasn't like bad, but it's like every time a new character came out, I put a little bit of money into it, and I played those games for like years. So like
Ooh.
if you add it all up,
Yeah, it adds up.
yeah. So
That's kind of like I know you could find out how long you've played. Like in World of Warcraft, there's a way to see how long you've played the game. Like for each character, there's like a command you could put in. I told my dad about it, and he's like, "I'm good."
it's like, no, we don't need to talk about.
He was like, "I don't want to know." He's like, "We'll just leave it at a lot."
Oh yeah,
Being a nerd is fun.
yeah.
I have been playing a few games. Somebody fucked with.
Yeah, I want to hear about. I honestly didn't do that. I think you just typed it twice. I was gonna say I don't know what that is though. I want to hear about that.
Okay, well we'll get there. So I've been playing a little bit more Star Fox Adventures. Taking a bit of a break from it over the last week because, like I said, it's really not that good to be honest. But I kind of just want to see it through to the end because I feel like it's kind of an iconic GameCube game. but it's really just like diet, like caffeine free Zelda. So it doesn't even have the caffeine. It's just very 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 weird and backtracky, and there's a lot of tedious stuff. A lot of the puzzles aren't really puzzles. They're just kind of like doing monotonous things. The combat never really seems to expand much. It's like you gain powers you could do with your staff, but they're not very effective. It's easier to just smash A, and it's just not very engaging. But I do think the music is great, and I think the environments and the aesthetic of the game are really cool. Um, but actually playing it is not fun. It's like I want to like the game so bad, but I can't because it's just not really a good time. Um, I played a little N64 game that I've always wanted to check out. Never released in North America, called Rakuga
So
Kids.
that's what this is.
I believe that it came out in Europe as well. Most people like to import the Japanese copy though, because it has a really cool, fun, like, box art. It's essentially a 2D fighting game, but all of the selectable characters are like coloring drawings by little kids.
Yep, it's
So
really cool.
yeah, exactly. It's very fun, very cute. Um, it fairly easy NPCs to get through the story mode, so I wouldn't say that it's like a super in-depth fighting game, or maybe it can be if you play with real people. But it was, a good fun hour or so of my time to get through the story mode. Um, I went with the little sleepy teddy bear, I forget his name, but adorable game. Highly recommend it if you just feel like looking for kind of like a lesser known N64 game. I played it via emulator because I do not have a Japanese copy of any N64 game, but good time with it. Short, fun, heavily recommend it if you like weird fighting games. Next
You
up,
just gotta get an analog 3D, bro.
that's true, but
Analog 3D.
I'm not doing that. Those are expensive. Next up, I played Bubsy 4D. My curiosity was piqued on this a while back when good old ex co-host Zach was used to be on the show until we fired him.
Yeah,
Um,
fuck that
he
guy.
uh he was more fond of this game than I think that I expected him to be, and it was on sale for a few bucks off, so I decided to pick it up. And this is one of the weirdest games I think I've ever played in my entire life. It feels very liminal. It feels very unfinished. It's very strange. Mechanically, it feels great. Bubsy's movement feels good. The jumping, the rolling, the pouncing, all that feels good. Um, there's a lot of like unlockable different power ups and things you can get, and unlockable costumes. That's pretty much all the collectibles are good for in this game. Doesn't change anything else. But it's like when I mean unfinished, it's like these levels are big and kind of uh there's a lot of openness to them. There's a lot of details that just don't look finished on like the models of a lot of things and the environments. Um, when you fight a boss, it just ends. Like you hit the boss for the last time, they just disappear. Like the camera angle cuts, and then there's just like a collectible. There's no like dialogue. There's no cutscene. There's no cutaway. There's no fade. There's nothing. It just ends. It's very strange. That happens after every boss, including the final boss. It just is like over. There's no credit roll after you beat the final boss. It just takes you back to the hub. It's very strange. It's very weird. Um, there's one like big cutscene with a lot of dialogue and stuff in the very beginning, and that's the only cutscene in the entire game. It's just very strange. You could tell that the game was like rushed out. Um, and it's weird because it's like this is Atari. There is a I think it was an indie dev that they hired to make the game, and like the gameplay is great, the music is great, but it just feels weirdly incomplete. It's very bizarre. Um, I don't know. It's hard to recommend because it's like it's not like I didn't have fun with it, but it's like it's not technically good. So it's very
Yeah.
strange. Um, but I don't know if you like 3D platformers, I think it's worth checking out just for the music and the mechanics because it does have a lot of
Um,
good fun feeling movement. And it took me a while to get through a lot of the stages, but they're designed to kind of be broken and speed run through, which is fun. Like there's um like collectibles for beating all the stages under a certain amount of time, and that's how you get the platinum trophy and all that. So the game's kind of meant to be broken and busted with the moveset that you have to go as fast as possible, which is always a good time. So,
nice.
and I think when it was on sale, it
I
was
know
like
I'm
15 bucks. So I was like, it was definitely worth $15. So I'm like, the people that bought the
yeah.
physical for like 40, a little sorry for you, I think, but
See, you're the problem.
I'm the
Buying
problem.
digital
You're right.
games. Problem.
I am the problem. Last but not least, I have been playing 007 First Light. This is, it's funny we're talking about the digital physical thing because I am playing this via borrowing it from a friend, not something I'll be able to do in the future. So, enjoying that while I can. 007 First Light is interesting. I think that's cool. I've never played a Hitman game, so I don't really have any context for like how people like and care about the IO interactive games and the Hitman spy games and all that. But I'm having a good time with it. I also have no experience with James Bond whatsoever. Never seen a single 007 movie, any of them. The most experience I have is maybe playing a little bit of GoldenEye and the N64, but basically only scratching the surface of that as well. This game is pretty cool. It's fun to me to play these kind of games, like these like higher budget AAA games that are not open world, because I think a lot of open world games do feel a little bit samey to me. So it's cool to have like these high budget games that are a bit more linear, like you just kind of go from place to place. I enjoy that. I think that's also part of why I enjoyed Mafia: The Old Country so much last year. I think that was last year. Pretty sure that was last year. So I'm enjoying it. The dialogue is very good. The story is interesting so far. I think the idea that you could pretty much approach any mission in multiple different ways is cool. That you could either sneak around people, you can be violent, you can pretend to be someone you're not. I think that all the different little mechanics are really cool. I'm trying to be as not violent as possible because I feel like it does a disservice to the other mechanics in the game that are interesting and unique and not really present in other video games. So I'm trying to do my best way to be like a smooth talker in every situation. Like I walk into a room I'm not supposed to be in, and I always try to lie to be able to be inside of that room instead of getting into a fight or something. Um, but I think according to the counter on PlayStation, I think I'm only like 30% of the way through the game, so I still got a while to go. But I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would, and I'm glad I decided to borrow it from a friend and check it out.
My girlfriend played that and beat it.
Did you like it?
She did. She did. Right now she's playing Rebirth.
There you go.
You know.
Official gamer.
Yeah. She got a portal, so whenever she comes over here, she brings her portal. She'll play her PlayStation. So
I just got a notification that my Steam friend Spicy Charles is playing Poppy Playtime.
oh shit,
Not only
Spicy Charlie.
do I know what Poppy Playtime is, I don't know who Spicy Charles is or why they're my friend on Steam, so maybe I should look into that.
That's funny.
But that's all I've been playing. So not as much as I want to the last
Yeah.
week. A little bit here, a little bit there. But definitely plan on getting some more 007 time in this weekend. Why don't we do
Nice.
some recent gaming pickups, Tyler?
Sounds good. Who's going first?
Why don't you go first?
Me?
Yeah, why
All right.
not?
Alrighty. So bought a few things, a couple things. I had to stay low because of how much I spent the last time. Um so this game got delisted off the eShop. So I figured, well, I guess it's finally time I buy a copy. Cruise and
There you
Blast,
go.
Switch, got that. And then we got the PS3 store that was like, oh, we're shutting down, gotta get stuff. So bought a couple things there. And good old pal Christian got me sucked back into Whatnot. So I got some of these things on
There
Whatnot
you go.
I'm about to be showing. So got the first Motorstorm
Nice.
because I didn't have it.
Great game. Great game.
This I got off Mercari. Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
Oh,
Didn't have it.
nice.
And it's starting to go up, and there's not a lot of copies.
I think I
Still
have
need
that
part
one.
two. Yeah, still need part two, but I bought part three.
There you
Um,
go.
so I got part three.
Getting there.
Got that one. This game, I need to clean up the case a little bit, but this was a Whatnot purchase. Blur,
Oh.
which if you don't know, think more realistic racing, but Mario Kart has power ups and all that shit.
Yeah, I've heard
Um,
Blur's fun.
so finally picked that up because that was one that was like going up as well. Then I got a couple PS2 games. Let's start there. Okay. So there was this one video game store and whatnot, and they were just like, ask us what you want, and we'll show you what we have if we have it, and then they'll just add it to a stack for you. And I was like, oh, what do you have? Alter Echo on the PS2?
There you go.
And well, they had Alter Echo on the PS2.
Hell yeah.
So got that cool little 3D platformer I like looked into, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool, and it's a holographic cover, so why not? And then I was like, by odd chance, do you have Eureka 7 Volume 1 on the PS2? And they had Eureka 7 Volume 1 on the PS2. Not Volume 2, but they
What
had
is
Volume
that game?
1.
I've seen it a couple of times. What kind of game is it?
It looks like F-Zero, but with like combat and yeah, it has like racing and combat and all this stuff. So
Interesting.
I don't know, it looks pretty neat. So I was like, okay,
Yeah, that
fair, fair.
definitely looks like a uncommon game.
Yeah. And then if you're in the video game collecting scene, if you know who Scott Squatch is, do you know who Scott Squatch is?
I don't know.
He
I
does
don't
like a
think so.
series called Video Game Resellers, and he's on the Game Chasers a couple times.
Mhm.
Um, he made a post like right when PlayStation announced the whole disc thing, and he was just like, I'm selling off my whole collection, so if there's anything you want, let me know. And I
Oh,
was just
okay.
like, all right. So if you remember, I was trying to find Stretch Panic on the
Oh,
PS2.
yeah, yeah.
So I was like, hey, Scott Squatch, you got Stretch Panic on the PS2? He's like, I do have Stretch Panic
There you
on
go.
the PS2. So
So now
got a
you're
pretty
gonna
nice
slap
complete
around some
copy.
big old boobies.
Hell yeah, fucking am. Um, yeah, so that was pretty nice. And then he was like, yeah, if there's anything else, let me know. And I was like, yeah, there's one thing I always wanted. So got Mr. Mosquito on the PS2.
Hey, there it is. That's your game, boy.
Because I was like, I played this on the PlayStation, got the platinum trophy. I might as well get a physical, right?
Yeah.
Has the reg card. Usually they're missing the reg card for some reason. I don't know why everybody who bought Mr. Mosquito wanted to register it, but got that.
Got to make sure your games are registered.
Um, and then last but not least, Christian and I, and then Craig joined in later. We're doing just a little like Discord hangout, hunting on eBay. Sometimes we do those. It's pretty fun. Um, spend some money sometimes. And this time I was just scrolling through a whole bunch of listings and I found something. And I was just like, oh wait, hold on, that's odd. And uh got the 4 game in 1 GBA pack.
Good
So there's
stuff.
2 different versions of these, like, and the only thing that's different is the Fairly Odd Parents game is different. And I knew I had one of these, and it actually wasn't this one. So yeah, got this for like it was like $30 or $35 or something like that. Which is pretty good considering I think there's like a card up by itself for like 50 or something like that. And yeah, so not a bad deal. Not a bad deal.
That's a good one.
Does it have the right manual? Yeah, it has the right manual. I had
That
double
would have
check.
been
I had
very
double
upsetting.
check. So yeah, I got quite a bit of stuff.
Always fun
Again,
to add uncommon GBA to the collection.
it really is. And now I have 3 of these. Uh, yeah, 3. Got this one, the other Nickelodeon one, and then I have a racing one.
Yes, I've seen the racing one too. Does that
Yeah.
one have a
Now I just
variant?
need to. I don't believe so.
Mhm.
So now the only one I think I still need is the one with the movie games for
There
Nickelodeon.
you go.
But that's like the hardest one to find, so we'll see what
It's usually how it goes, unfortunately.
happens.
All right.
Hey, one day I got lucky with my Sega Fun Packs. Maybe it'll happen.
You never know. You do get lucky. All right. So first up, I got some PS5 editions. I got Coffee Talk and Coffee Talk 2 finally because I never had
Okay.
physical copies of these games. These were 50% off of Serenity Forge's website, so they're only $20 each, which was nice.
Oh.
So no better time to pick them up. I'm kind of glad I waited since I got a good deal on them. I don't think they made a version that matches these for the new
Fucking hate
coffee
that.
talk Tokyo. I can't talk. So hopefully they make one eventually, or I'm just mistaken and I didn't see it on their website. Because it'll bug me if there's just one that can't be uniform with the rest forever. But excited to finally have those. I talk up those games all the time on this show. And then we are back with your new bi-weekly dose of Nintendo DS bullshit. So we got Bolt, the Be Awesome edition.
Oh
It
shit!
has all of the inserts. It has 6 inserts in this game. 6.
That's a movie ticket.
It's movie credit, so you get $5 off of your movie ticket.
Shit,
We
you gonna
got
use it?
Lego Indiana Jones 2. We got Cars Mater Nation.
Oh shit!
We got the B movie, ladies and gentlemen. Brain Age 2, a classic. New York Time crosswords. Bet you didn't know that existed, did you? Huh?
Now we do.
We got Pets Dogs 2. We got Defendin' D Penguin, a Crave classic.
Shit.
Hannah Montana
Happy
with
Feet
the poster. With the poster.
I didn't even know that comes with a poster.
Now you
teaching
do.
me something.
And last but not least, Imagine Animal Doctor.
Damn.
I think it
So
came,
you going
it
for the
came
DS
out
set
to like
now?
less than $2 a game was the main reason I bought all those. So
So you're going for the DS set, is what I'm hearing.
don't worry about it. But right now, if I could find a DS slot and it's a bunch of garbage, but it's less than $3 per game, I'm just buying it. So
I'm gonna start doing some eBay searches. I'm gonna send lots to Craig. Hey, buy this.
I'm testing the waters for sure on this whole DS.
You just
thing,
start
so.
doing. You just start doing that. You buy a shit ton of lots. Next episode, you have like 100 DS games to show off.
Hell yeah,
I got
be the
this.
best.
I got this.
If that happens, I probably won't even show them because it wouldn't be worth anybody else this time. Nobody cares.
I'm just gonna show the box. I got all these DS games. Okay.
Yep, that's it. And I still
This is the highlight.
no. I'm definitely flirting with the idea of a DS set. I still want to finish Dreamcast, and I will. But I just haven't been lucky with finding, either deals or even just finding like Dreamcast games locally almost at all. So that's kind of why I've slowed down so much on that. The reason that I had a good amount of Dreamcast games at first when I started going for the set was because I was getting lucky finding a lot of good lot deals. And I've just been trying to be more conservative lately with spending money on useless bullshit like that. But DS, you could buy a lot of useless bullshit for cheap. So
Yeah.
it's like I still want to finish Dreamcast, and I'll probably finish Dreamcast. I will definitely finish Dreamcast before I even get super heavy into DS because the DS library is like 1,700 games. So
all right, you answered my question. It's that much?
it's a lot, yeah.
Damn. I knew it was like in the thousands, but I thought it was lower thousands, not upper.
No, it's pretty much on par with like the PS2. So
I will say it's crazy that the one guy in the Discord for Christian Bird Dog Gaming, he completed the DS set, and that shit just looks crazy on a shelf.
mhm.
It's just all. I'm like, damn.
That's the dream, because 3DS probably my favorite console of all time. Like, I toss it up with the GameCube. Vita's behind them either way, but it's like the GameCube and 3DS depends on the day of the week. And I just love handheld gaming, so it's just fun to get these. And then I like the uniform, nice clamshells of the DS cases, just like how I like them for the Vita and the 3DS. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be something that I start pursuing more and more, but that'll be a many, many, many years journey because there's just so many fucking games. So, because it's like even if every DS game I got for $5, that'd still be a lot of money. And there's many DS games that are worth more than $5. So,
What's the most expensive DS game you have?
good question. Let's pull up the old CLZ Collectors app because I prefer that over Game Eye.
I'm gonna find mine out too, and then we're gonna see.
All right, value, highest price. Oh, that's a boring answer. Oh well. It's Pokemon Platinum.
Is it a Pokemon game?
Yeah.
Yep.
Platinum for $236.87, I guess right now is the going rate. And then behind that is Chrono Trigger.
Wait. How much?
$236.87.
I remembered it going for $100. God damn.
Stupid. Yeah, and then Chrono Trigger's behind it, and then behind that Pokemon Conquest, and Fire Emblem, and Pokemon Diamond. So pretty boring, unfortunately, but
So my top 5, we have
Pokemon
Heart Gold, Pokemon Soul Silver, Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon White 2, Pokemon Black 2.
There you go. Perfect.
But then underneath that, number 6, Digimon World DS.
There you go. Yeah, that's a
And then
pricey one too.
under that Pokemon. Under that we got Pokemon.
It makes me sad because one expensive DS game that I used to have and I got rid of at one point was what was it called? It was that like it was like Harry Potter cross Animal Crossing. It's like I think it's called like Magician's Time Magical Quest or something.
What?
Let me look it up. Yeah, Magician's Quest Mysterious Times. That was a little mixed up, but yeah, it's basically like Animal Crossing cross Harry Potter. It's like kind of like an Animal Crossing a life sim, but you go to a magical school and you learn spells so you could do things around town and stuff. It's a cool game. Um, I don't even know why I sold it. I wish I would have kept it though now because it's like over $200. It's a cool, weird game. It's a Konami game, which is interesting as well. So
If you're toying with DS set, I would keep an eye out for Monster Racers. So you know.
Monster Racers.
Pretty uncommon.
Let's see, Monster Racers. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever even heard of this. Interesting. Is there any copies on eBay right now? Let's find out.
Live on air.
Let's see. There's a sealed copy for 300.
Damn.
Let's see. Monster.
I got mine for like $30.
Well, fucking good for you. All right. You always get all the good deals, and you're better than me, and you're more handsome, and you're taller than me. It's not fair.
Oh.
Sorry, had to throw in one.
On fucking stilts. Like.
Yeah. So this is like $150 game. So it is expensive already. You told me too little, too late, Tyler.
But it's uncommon, so get it. I didn't know it went up that much, damn.
It went up a lot. It's okay.
Why the fuck did that one go up? That's so random.
Someone talked about it, I'm sure.
Probably some video. Make sure you get this game. It's gonna be a hidden gem.
Hey guys, Metal Jesus here. Alright. Why don't we get to the topic of the show since we got no trivia with the lack of our dead friend Zach. Rest in peace. God rest his soul. God rest his soul. Topic of the show, we're going to be ranking PlayStation consoles. This will be fun. We got some write-ins from the audience. Thank you for those of you that wrote in.
Refresh it again, by the way, if you haven't.
What?
The write-ins.
Oh, I did. We're good.
You got Xbox Gaming?
Yeah, it refreshes automatically, actually. So.
Oh, it does?
Yes. So I don't even need to put it in the show notes. I don't know why I waste my time doing that. All right.
Well, how am I going to read one? What the hell?
Oh. That's fair.
He's going to read them all.
I guess I will. That's fine. We'll deal with that when we get there. All right. So, it's time for us to do this. Let me do a little scene switch in OBS. Everything should be the same now. Except me and Tyler are in the corner instead of, I don't know what we're doing. We're in the corner. And we have all of our consoles here. So we got everything 1 through 5, PSP and PS Vita. We have different iterations of the consoles. And I say we just go ahead and get started. Do you have the tier list up so we can follow along with each other, sir?
I do.
All right.
Pulled it up and this ad started playing, and I was just hearing about some fucking Carvana shit, and I was like, "Whoa!" It's like, what's going on?
All right, so we might as well start with the one that started it all, PS1. Where do we say the OG PS1 goes?
PS1, great library. Started a lot of great franchises that are still going today. Some that are unfortunately dead that I feel shouldn't be dead. Now,
you know what? Before we get too far, how do we want to handle this? Because I feel like you could make an argument for all these consoles to be pretty great.
That's what I was
but
thinking.
I don't want to like put everything in A and S and B. That's boring. So, should we do like an ordered ranking? Like literally put them in order of like how usually when we do our tier list, the things in the tiers kind of just where they are.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Because we don't be like, all right, all of this is SA, and we got two things in B. Like,
Exactly. So I feel like we should try to be like, if obviously if something isn't like the C or D tier, it's like it's still not bad because it's all of these consoles are good. I guess is kind of the way I want to preface
yeah,
this. But we do have to compete them against each other. It's just hard because none of these consoles are super misses, in my opinion. But I think the
yeah,
PS1, the OG blocky one, I think that can go into the A tier, personally.
I agree.
I say A tier mostly because I think that the PS1, the mini one, would be the S tier. I prefer that design. And it has the weird functionality where you could put the external screen on it. I love that little thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
the original PS1 didn't have the oops, my microphone fell a little bit. It didn't have the analog sticks in the original version, which sucked. It was just like a Super Nintendo with two dicks on the side. Not as much of a fan of that. You're guaranteed your Dual Shock with the PS1
yeah.
Slim Mini. I'm not sure what the official name is because
Dude, holding an original PS1 controller, not the DualShock, it's like, what the fuck is
it
this?
feels naked, right? It's so
It
bizarre.
does.
I'm not a fan of it at all. I hate it, hate it. But yeah, library games, absolutely incredible. Some all-time classics on there, obviously. Got your Crashes, your Spyros. Plenty of great Final Fantasies, the original Persona, Persona 2. There's so much good stuff on the PS1.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, Ape
Fantastic.
Escape. The list goes on and on. There's tons of weird, interesting role-playing games on there. Um, it's great. It's like this is still kind of the golden era of the JRPG. I think most people would agree as well between like Super Nintendo and PS1. So I think that as uh big of the genre you and I are both on, we are both big JRPG fans. I think credit has to be given where credit is due. I think S for the PS1 and A for the original PlayStation is probably appropriate.
I agree.
There we go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Next up,
Yeah,
we got the fat PS2, the big chunky one.
can I just say that these things died on me multiple fucking times, so let's put it down. Like
I still have
the slim was
my
way better.
childhood PS2 that we got in 2001, and it still
Still
works.
works?
Yet, never had a
When's the
problem with
last
it.
time you used it? The last time you used
Don't
it.
worry about it. But
All right, so you don't know that.
so it might not
Because
work
mine was
now,
connected
but
for the
we never
longest
had
time.
for
One
up until probably I'd say last time I probably actually turned that thing on was probably like still around like 2018, 2019, and it's still working. So
it's probably dead now. No. Nah, you know one thing I really like about the fat PS2? I love those like colored like automobile
oh,
editions or
those are
whatever the
cool,
hell it
yeah.
is. Yeah, like I would love to have that red one. The things I would do. That yellow one's even nice too, and I don't even like yellow. Like, but shit, they look so cool.
Now the PS2, a lot of people's favorite console of all time,
Yeah,
has an insane amount of variety and quality to games. If you are a fan of either role playing games or horror games, like this is the console for you essentially, right?
yeah. A lot of I feel like platformers too. It has a shit ton of
Mm-hmm.
platformers.
It just has an insane amount of variety. When people say it's their favorite console of all time, I totally understand their reasonings for it. The aesthetic of even just turning it on, with all the blocks kind of coming from the
Hmm.
the ether, which apparently represents your memory card blocks. I've been told. I don't know how
Yeah,
true
it's
that
the
is, but
saves
it's
that you
really
have in it.
cool. All the memory that's something I miss is memory card like icons. So nostalgic for
Hmm.
that.
Those are cool. It'd be cool to go through like a list one day and just see all of them.
Hmm.
Sure, there's one somewhere. And one thing I love about the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 is like still nowadays you will find games that you never heard of.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, the library is just so
and
massive, and it's like it's not like like NES or Super Nintendo, where it's like all those games. Everyone kind of knows all those games by now. It's like I feel like there's still games that have almost never been touched by man on these systems somehow. Like it's like they're still making new games, even though that's not the case. The libraries are just
exactly.
so huge. I think that we could actually probably put this one in S tier as well.
I'd be down for that. I'd be down. PS2 is definitely. I mean, I would prefer the fat one in A and the slim in S, but slim one doesn't have as much problems.
True, but I always felt like it just felt cheaper. So I actually would have put it lower
Yeah.
personally.
No,
Where is it
feels
on
cheaper, but
here?
it's the better product. It's next to the Vita
There
if
we
it's
go.
on
Yeah, I
yours.
see it. So we'll put
S
um
for slim, bro. All
all right, for now. We could do some rearranging later. But yeah, the
right.
yeah, I didn't even think about the PS1 startup sound. Probably the most beloved startup sound of any console of all time.
It's like those memes when it comes on, the person just flies back.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That, or I like astral projecting, like you're just kind of like it's
Yeah.
great. Good stuff. So those are our PS2s right now. We have both the reiterations of 1 and 2 in S, the OGs in A. Excuse me, my fucking throat is dry as hell this morning. So I guess next would be the PSP, right? So we can start getting into the PSP.
Yeah. Do you have all the models on yours, or
Yep,
do
so
you
I
just
have the
okay, so you got
1000, 2000, 3000, and the Street, which I didn't know existed until you told me about today.
I taught Craig something, guys.
So we can go ahead and talk about these. I am a PSP hater. I think that there is a handful of good games on the PSP, but I think that as a console, it is like the cheapest piece of shit feeling thing in the entire world. I hate playing on the PSP. And due to
So
that,
this that I bought off of you.
that's true. You did buy that off of me. Um,
You're like, I'm still in my PSP collection. You want anything? I was like, that,
sorry, I'm dying
that.
here.
You're good. Stop with me.
Listeners are gonna love all that. Um,
We have a show to do. Stop dying.
the
I already had one dead co-host. Come on.
it's just gonna be you talking to yourself soon.
All right, guys, welcome back to Generations Behind. I'm back. It's gonna be like a news wave that Spawncast does.
There you go. So now, yeah, so I think that the PSP sucks as an actual console. There's some good games on there. The functionality, of having the online store, PS1 games, all that, pretty cool. But I think that it does not have a super strong library of games. It has an okay library of games in the grand scheme of things. To me, the 1000 cheapest feeling version, I think it's safe to put that in D tier. I don't know if any of these would be F tier, but that goes in D tier in my opinion.
Yeah, thousand's definitely probably the worst one.
Of like
To be
every
honest, I
PlayStation
don't know.
console, probably.
Well, eh.
I guess we'll get there.
So are we putting it D?
I'm
I'm fine
happy with
with
D
that.
if you're happy with D. Unless you have any
All
more
right, put
arguments
it
or
in
things to
D.
comment on it.
I'm fine with that. Fine with that.
Okay, the
So
2000
what?
I think could just
2000?
go right above it.
Right about still in D.
Yeah, still in D, but above the 1000.
Okay.
3000.
I did say I gotta agree with you. Like playing PSP games on an actual PSP is kind of like but I
It
just love
feels
collecting
so
for it.
hollow. It
Collecting
feels
for
so
it's fun.
cheap. There's nothing premium feeling about the PSP. It feels like
Yeah.
a toy, like a cheap toy.
I remember when I was a kid playing the shit out of Ape Escape on the loose on this thing, dude.
Yeah, it just feels so hollow. I just can't. I don't enjoy it every time I've played on it. I had it as a kid too. I had the Darth Vader one. I wish I still had it because that one's pretty cool.
Oh,
But yeah, trying to think. I had like a weird like Predator game on it, I think. I remember playing, and then the Battlefront. So I didn't play it a lot growing up. Actually, when I got older, I tried playing it more. But now, if I want to play PSP games, I'm playing it on the Vita because it's just more comfortable.
makes sense. I want to get the God of War PSP, the red one.
And the one analog stick thing just sucks. That was a terrible idea. I get why they did it, but it doesn't work. It feels so awkward.
Fair.
Like you want to play an FPS on there and you're using the fucking face buttons to move the camera. It's disgusting. Disgusting. The PSP 3000 is also in D tier. And I say we just put
I
it in
say
front
we,
of the 2000.
I don't know. I say we can move that one up to C. 3000's nice. I don't know.
Yeah, it
I think
is
I
the
love
best
that
feeling
feeling.
of the three, but it's still. I don't know. I'd be fine with D, but I'll throw you a bone. I'll throw you a
All
bone.
right,
How
throw me a
about
bone.
that?
Throw me a bone.
How about the PSP Street?
That shit looks fake.
It does. It looks like a fucking Timu PSP.
Craig literally thought when he said she was like, "Oh, that's an actual thing." And I thought it was like a fake PSP. I'm like, "No, that's an actual PSP."
Why don't we just put that in
I don't
F?
even know.
Why don't we put that in F tier?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
maybe I'm being harsh because I haven't actually played on the
How much
PSP Street. But have you ever
how much
actually
did those
played one?
things go for? I haven't.
So maybe
Um,
we shouldn't be so harsh on it because we don't actually know.
no, we're judging just by looks right here
Yeah,
now,
we're being
okay?
shallow. Fuck this thing. Looks like it.
I,
Looks like when you go to Walmart, they have that section of like the handheld games with 1,000 games built onto it.
and like it doesn't have like the glossy black to it. It's just like a matte black around it, and they're not that expensive. They're like $100.
Yeah. Well, when I remember when I was looking it up earlier when you first brought it up, one of the things was like, the PSP Street is so underrated. And of course, someone on Reddit thinks that, but we can't do it. Can't do the PSP Street.
This guy has one picture of it. It's like all dusty and just the front.
And he's like, guys, look,
That's good.
good look, guys.
Like the back of it looks so weird. It's just
It looks so fake. It's so weird.
and
We have one last PSP, Tyler.
these fucking proprietary memory cards.
That's true too. You know what? They should all be in the F tier for that bullshit. All right, the PSP Go. How are we feeling about the PSP Go?
I had a PSP Go at one point.
How'd you like it?
I liked it until it broke on me. You want to know how it broke on
How'd
me?
it break on you?
Take a guess.
Did,
Take a guess.
did it snap? Did it fly off when you flipped it up?
Fucking went like that anyway. Poop. I was like, what happened to my PSP Go? Dude, I had the white one. I forget what I had, like Sonic Rivals on it. Sonic Rivals
God, I
2.
hate those games. They're so fucking
I
bad.
had they're okay.
They're so
I
bad.
had
Don't even.
they're okay. Um I have the combo pack that has both of them. Shout out to Christian. I think he got me that. But what else I played? Like God of War, I think. Yeah, yeah. It was okay. I remember I had a friend in school growing up. I still talk to him to this day. I know he doesn't listen to this, but for some reason, Israel, if you end up like listening to this, this man's PSP, he had a PSP Go as well, and the screen broke on it, right? And so he mainly used it as an MP3 player. He memorized where every single one of his songs were on the screen. And he would he'd just remember the button press, like I want to listen to this song, and he'd start listening
That's
to it. I'm
awesome.
like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, I memorized where everything is. I'm like, that's crazy. Like,
Good for him. What a Chad.
yeah. So that was wild. That was wild. But I mean, PlayStation's first attempt at the digital only
True.
console, and I don't know, it was interesting. Like, I wouldn't mind like getting one again today just to like have it and probably just mod the or hack the shit out of it.
They're very
But
comfortable. They're very comfortable systems.
they are.
I feel like this could
I
go
don't
in the
know.
CT. Actually, if I was going to play a PSP, it's the only one that I would actually want to physically play. It sucks not having it. The ability to use your UMDs on it. But I do think that it's the most comfortable to play. So it's like if you're okay going the digital route, and it's like I don't know, you can't buy games off the PSP store, I think, anymore anyway. So it's like you're gonna hack this to
There's
put games on it. So I say that we can
there's
count
one.
that towards it right now. I think that is at the top of C. It's above all the other PSPs.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Just because of the comfortability aspect and all that.
Yeah.
Again, you can still play everything on it. One thing I always wanted to play. I mean, I can still play because I can hack it. But like, they have an Ape Escape RPG
Yeah, you've told me about
that
that.
was only on it. Yeah, I want to play that.
Very strange. Did it only come out in Japan or did it come out here?
Came out here. It was digital only.
Interesting. Okay, see,
So
there you go.
yeah.
Because right now, if you want to get games on your PSP Go, you have to download them via the PS3 and then transfer them onto your system with an actual cable, and that's stupid.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Mhm.
that. You have to do it that way.
It's obnoxious. So no, if you're gonna get a PSP, just hack it.
Yeah.
Might as well. Moving on to the PS Triple Ballin'. Now, it doesn't have all the different iterations of the fat PS3, so we're just gonna assume that it is the fat PS3 that can play PS1, PS2, and PS3 games.
I don't know. The fact that PlayStation told us to get a second job. Um to afford this thing.
Insanely expensive, yes.
What was it, 5.99
I
when
think
it
so,
launched, I
yeah. And
think?
then I think there was a 6.99 option as well. So
God.
when I was younger, I never had a PS3 until adulthood. Um, but we had a family friend and neighbor that had one, and they bought it at launch. And they didn't play video games. They literally just bought it because at the time it was cheaper than, like, it was just pretty much the same price as buying a Blu-ray player. And they wanted a Blu-ray player, so they got the PS3. So I would go over there and I would play the MotorStorm game that you showed earlier, actually. And I would
Mhm.
play Little Big Planet, and I would play Fat Princess, and had a great time with it. I used to love going over and just playing those three games in particular and having so much fun with them.
You know, the first game I ever played on the PlayStation 3?
Hmm.
Take a guess. If you
Naughty
know
Bear.
me, you know, no, no, you know the type of games I like. My dad ended up getting a PS3 like right when it came out, and then eventually we were at a
Was it
GameStop.
Sonic 06?
Yep,
Hell yeah.
didn't go. And I seen it at a store, and I was like, "Dad, I want to get that. Can I play it on your PlayStation?" He was just like, "Yeah, I had a little time limit, like you could play for 2 hours a day or whatever, because he wanted to play his games." And I was like, "All right, yep, got Sonic 06. I beat it."
That's even crazier. Because I think I've told the story
Uh,
on the show before that was the first time I learned video games can be bad.
I remember how buggy that game was, fucking dying all the time.
Eventually, I do want to play
But
through it. I feel like it's required reading, so to say, for like bad video games. So,
yeah,
and it
you
is.
got to get the DLC before the store goes down. It's DLC.
I don't have to buy anything, Tyler. Thank you
I
very
mean,
much.
that's fair. That's fair.
And also, I
You gotta teach me.
refuse to buy anything for the
You gotta
PS3.
teach me. You gotta teach me your way sometime.
It's
'Cause I
easy. It's
honestly don't know how to
easy.
do that.
It's very
Probably.
easy. um,
I'm sure I could just follow a guide and have it done real quick.
I just love doing bullshit on my console though. Anyway, like I got Morrowind running on my Vita, and I think that's the funniest thing ever. I played a little bit of
That's
Morrowind on
crazy.
the Vita. I love modding consoles and just doing random bullshit with them. But yeah, the PS3 not that hard to do nowadays. So, it can be a little tricky, but you can get it done. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out because you're smarter than me. So the fat PS3 is tough because
The fact that it could play PS1, PS2,
exactly,
and
and I'm like,
PS3.
and then also the first HD console, notable, had a pretty decent launch lineup. The true introduction to the PSN, pretty much, with getting a lot of these more interesting, fun indie games.
And there was a bunch of, you know, a lot of good
Hmm.
exclusives as well.
Yeah,
Like, you had the Infamous series that started. Well, it's kind of dead now, but you had the Uncharted series, which is also kind of like non-existent right now. But a lot of we had The Last of Us come out, which is now all-time classic, ported to high held 18
yeah.
different versions.
The only other video game between Mario on the NES and now was The Last of Us, according to everything. So
So,
it's my favorite thing when people are like,
yeah,
yeah, games come a long way since Mario.
I don't know. Like, honestly, this is
So
tough
here's
because, like
where
you
it
said,
gets
a lot of
tough,
these are.
right? I think that we can put this in S tier, but I would not put the other two PlayStation 3s in S tier. I don't even think I
Yeah,
would
I would
put them
agree
in
with
A
that.
tier. I think I'd put the other two in B tier.
The fact that the PS3 the fat one could play all
Everything,
three,
yeah.
I would say S
It's
tier.
essentially an
I have
all in
one,
one.
but guess what? It broke on me,
Mine
so I
did
gotta
too,
fix it.
unfortunately. I gotta.
It's not.
It has the yellow light, so
So mine doesn't have the yellow light. It's just the disk drive stuff. The disk tray stopped
yeah, I'll have to
working.
take mine
The
and see if
motor
I can
went.
get it fixed because I want to have an all-in-one console because between that, the PlayStation TV, and the PlayStation 5, you could have every generation of PlayStation playable on your TV, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Which also
So
reminds me, the PlayStation TV is missing from this tier list. All right, so we added the PlayStation TV, so now that could be on there. But yeah, I say mm, I want to put the fat PS3 at the top of S, but I think it needs to be bottom of S because of all the technical problems.
Yeah, that yellow light was a
It's gonna fail on
big
you at
thing.
some point. If you have one right now and it
Yeah,
hasn't, it's going to. Be prepared. So,
yeah. One day you will cry.
and
Um,
then the Slim, I think we can probably put in A or B. I think I'd be comfortable with A. Sleeker design, didn't come with the as crappy PS3 controller that came out at launch. The what was it? The 6-axis.
yeah. Um, Funny story. PlayStation Slim or PlayStation 3 Slim. Uh, this was the first PlayStation 3 that I got. I actually acquired my fat PS3 for free. Um, that was kind of wild because somebody was trying to trade it into a GameStop, and GameStop was like, "We don't take those anymore." And I was just like hanging around talking to a buddy I knew there, and then I was like, and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna just leave it here." I was like, "Oh, can I just have it?" And he was just like, "Yeah, here." He just gave it to me.
There you go.
So I got fat PS3, and I was like, "All right, bet." I need to clean the fuck out of it though. It's still like dirty, so I didn't get that disc tray thing fixed. But other than that, it's good.
Yeah. You know what the
Um,
best part about when I got my fat PS3 was at the time it had 2 games digitally downloaded on it still. Those games were Assassin's Creed 2 and Scott Pilgrim. And for those of you that don't know, at the time Scott Pilgrim was a delisted game. So it was very exciting to buy that console and Scott Pilgrim was on there. I thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, I can't believe that this just happened to be on here. So that was very exciting. At the time, now
totally
that game's everywhere, but for many years that was like a famously unplayable, unpurchasable game.
nice. But PS3 Slim story. So this is back when I started my Call of Duty days, and I didn't have internet. We didn't have internet. One of the neighbors did. So I would always play also like if I had my PlayStation 3 near the window, it would connect to I don't know. Shout out to my neighbor that was giving me internet for a couple of years because, really sucked when their internet was down and I was just like, damn, I don't know when this shit's coming back up. But one day I'd sign on and be good. I also remember the first time I bought a new mic, it was just like a little like Bluetooth earpiece. And then that's the time that we got hit by a storm and we lost power for like a week and a half. So I hopped online and I was like, I'm about to use my new thing. Pew! And I was like,
No.
oh. And then we lost power for shit prolonged time. Yeah, that was yeah, felt like Amish or something, dude. It was
Amish.
pretty.
That kind of thing scares me. That's part of why I like living on the West Coast because it's like I don't know. I think about like all the things that go wrong when power being out for a prolonged period of time. That sounds awful.
That's like the only time that ever happened for like well, like in my
Yeah.
lifespan. Like I'm sure before there was things too. Like there was like a big blizzard of like I don't remember what
Cuz
year
like
it
what do
was,
you do?
but
Do you have like a portable heater for these situations? Like a thing with like power like for your fridges and
some
stuff?
people
What do
have
you
like
do?
generators and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was we went out to eat to like we went to like McDonald's or something, because we also have a gas stove, so you're able to still like light it
Mm.
and use it. So we did that like sometimes, but then and we went to McDonald's. We came back home, the power was on. I was like, oh my God, and went back off. And I was like, ah.
You're like I want to play Call of Duty.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I just got this freaking mic. I was like, I want to play, damn it.
That's funny.
Yeah. It might have not been a week and a half, it might be exaggerated, but it was definitely like a week. Definitely. I remember being off of school every day because they're like, well, no school for this day, no school for this day. I'm like, I can't do anything.
Yeah, that must have sucked. What a shame.
Yeah, but
You survived.
good times, good times. But shout out to the neighbor for giving me free internet for a while. That really helped out. I was able to do a lot.
He's like, why is my bill so high?
Yeah, like, God damn. Why is my usage? What's this PlayStation 3 connected to it? Like, don't worry about it.
All right, so we got fat PS3 at the bottom of S. We have the slim PS3 at the bottom of A. We good with that?
I'm fair. That's
And
fair.
now the I don't know, what do they call the third version of the PS3? Is there like a nickname for it?
I think it's a super slim.
The Super Slim. Yeah, so the Super Slim
Yeah.
was actually my first
The fucking
PS3.
super slim, the George Foreman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that could safely go in the B tier. It definitely feels the least quality of all of the PS3s, and I don't know. It's kind of it. It's still a PS3 though. Could play PS1 and PS3 still, so it still has that library of great games. But it definitely feels the lowest quality of all of them. So I think B is
You,
good.
you know what I love?
Hmm.
Our S tier right now is set up PS1, PS2, PS3, and our A tier is set up PS1, PS2, PS3.
That's fair. And I don't know. Will it stay that way? I guess we'll find out.
I don't know, but that's just kind of funny.
Oh, you make a good point. Didn't even think about that. And then we have all the PSPs.
Yeah, they're down there.
Fuck them. All right. So next up, technically, would be the Vita, right? Because Vita came out before PS4, if I remember right.
Yes.
Vita's
Right.
2011, correct? So
Yeah, because PS3 had some of those cross-buy features where if you bought a game, you got it
yes.
also on the Vita.
So here's
PlayStation also has
where
one I know off the top of my head.
this is where my bias comes in.
Craig's gonna be like Vita top of S.
That's where I would
I
put it.
have
I
never,
would put the Vita OLED at the top of S tier personally.
I have never played on a Slim Vita, so I have no opinion on that.
Okay, I have
Minus
both, so I
the
can't
Vita that I
say.
know.
But I think OLED Vita is the best PlayStation console of all time. I am a handheld gamer through and through. This fixed all of the problems that the PSP had. Has an incredible library of games. Many of them were exclusive until it died, and then these companies needed to make money, so they started porting their games to other consoles, which isn't really the fault of the Vita. And a lot of games that were exclusives of the Vita, I think, are still viewed as Vita games. Especially like things like when you think of Persona 4, you still think of the Vita, even though it's available on everything now.
Yeah.
When you think of Gravity Rush, you still think of the Vita. Even certain ones that were like on PC and Vita, it's like Valhalla. People think of, when my beloved Valhalla, I always talk about people think of as a Vita game. Papers, Please, only console it ever came out on was the Vita. So it's like it has.
Another one.
Hmm,
Another one that you think of only on, well, it's not only on
uh-huh,
Vita, but you think of the Vita
yeah.
version, Invisibles.
Invisibles.
The only thing
Yeah,
of Vita.
exactly. Everyone's favorite game, Invisibles. You just felt like flexing real quick. Um,
I mean, you have it too,
it
so.
has the fun aspect of basically being the pioneer of everyone's favorite company, Limited Run, and the idea of limited print video games. Love it or hate it, the Vita is kind of the reason that um the limited, print game space even exists, which I think is really cool. Because it gave opportunities for a lot of games to get physicals that would probably never get them otherwise.
Minecraft.
Minecraft on the Vita. Um,
With the cart.
with the
With the
cart, the
cart.
Japanese one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I truly think that the beautiful OLED screen. I love the bubbles on the Vita. It was cool that at the time Sony was toying with the idea of like structured pricing. Like games were usually $10 cheaper digitally on the Vita than they were physically MSRP, which is cool. Gave us a lot of fantastic franchises. The Danganronpa series, we got all those games on there. There's just
And you can get so many good PS1 classics on
mm-hmm.
it too.
Yeah,
Like on the Sword.
and
I mean, minus some of them don't run that great because the L minus is like the L2 and
Mhm.
R2.
But you can still make
You
it
have to use
work.
the back touchpad. Yeah, like Trombone,
Yeah.
I attempted it.
The fact that you were able to use this thing to like stream PS3 and PS Vita to it was incredible. I played PS3 and PS4. Like I played a lot of
Yeah.
Persona 5 on the Vita, just streaming it to it. When I wanted to do like
Yeah.
grind sessions back in the day. It's a phenomenal console. I truly think that it's the best PlayStation console of all time. You probably disagree, so we'll talk about it.
I do really enjoy the Vita, but I'm fine with it being an S. I don't know if it would be top of S. Um, I mean the fact that you can play a lot of the PS1 games on it, it has that. PS2, no. You can stream the PS3 functionality, like you said. Um, the touchscreen's great on it. Um, especially the OLED one. The OLED's so nice.
Mhm.
I don't know why they like downgraded for the Slim, but I mean it is what it
I
is.
believe this is the
That's kind of
first
why I never got
PlayStation
one.
console that was also region free, so you could do import games on it too, which was cool.
Yeah, yeah, you can because I have some of those as
hmm
well.
If you
Um,
like anime games, RPGs, visual novels, it's like this is pretty much the best console you could ask for. It was
hmm.
also kind of the original indie machine before the Switch came out. Like a lot of people played and experienced a lot of indie games on the Vita.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I think it should at least go above the PS3. Because we're giving the fat PS3 a lot of credit for being able to play two other libraries.
We are. All right, let's put it there for now.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Bam. Now,
All
the
right, tell me about the Slim
the
Vita.
Slim. Um, so here's the thing. Everything about it is basically the same. The only difference is the form factor is slightly different, and the screen obviously isn't as nice because it's not an OLED screen; it's an LCD screen. Um, but I think that the visual upgrade of the OLED is worth more to me personally than what I think is a more comfortable form factor in the Slim. The Slim is a more comfortable console to play and hold for long periods of time. But I do think that I'd rather have the slightly bulkier, system in the OLED version, because the screen looks that much more beautiful. Super, super ahead of his time. OLED screens weren't really the norm at the time, so it's like even now a lot of stuff just looks so crisp and clear on it. I think that this can probably go. I mean, it probably shouldn't also be an S. Um, or it could be. I mean, I'm not gonna argue. But I would say either. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm saying either bottom of S or top of A.
Top of A, Jesus. Um, well, yeah, because I mean, honestly, the only thing we're knocking off of it is like
The
the
screen
non
isn't as
OLED
nice, yeah.
screen. Um, fuck it, bottom of S.
This is why I love you. You can see if Zach was still alive, this tier list would be way different. So I'm glad we did
They'd be
this
like, well,
without
that
that
can't play
bastard.
SSX tricky. Put it on a fucking F
That's
tier.
all he
Like,
would be saying. That's all he would be saying. Sorry, my throat today. Fuck. All right. The fucking
the only thing I will argue on a hill for is Gen 3 starters, but that's another discussion we
it
already had.
is. All right. So the
Go watch that one if you missed it.
PlayStation TV. The PlayStation TV is pretty cool, but the issue,
I have never used one.
it's cool. So the issue though is that you cannot play every PS Vita game on it, which is annoying.
Is
Um,
it like a very select few you can, or is it like a
a
decent
decent
sized
amount.
list?
Like the excuse was usually like, if it was like either the rear front touchpad like needed to be used. But the issue is that there's certain games that have no touchpad controls that are still not compatible, which is stupid. So, I mean, it's cool because you're playing these games on your TV, but to me, a lot of the selling factor of the Vita is the portability of it. So I'd be comfortable
Uh-huh.
putting this in the B tier. I will say this is also a great console to mod because even if you don't want to sail, the high seas on your PlayStation Vita, you have a bunch of physical Vita carts. You can hack this and you can make it so that any of your games are playable on this, even if they're locked out by the system originally, which is cool. So, and not only that, you could also play PSP and PS1 on the Vita TV as well. It's literally just the guts of a PlayStation Vita, but without the screen and the controls. So it's a pretty cool
Yeah.
device. And I think they just
I
had
got no
I think
argument.
they just had so
Never used
many
it.
Vita motherboards that weren't selling, so they started making these to try to get rid of them.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I'd say
I love how they were trying to keep the Vita go for so long. Like during their E3 presentations, they would have that one guy come out and be like, "All right, it's time to talk about the Vita."
hell yeah. I think this can go at the bottom of B tier below the super slim PS3. How do you feel about that?
I say go for it. I never had an experience with one,
There you go.
so
Taking my word for it. I like
you
that.
say that, I'll take your word.
All right. Time to get into the big leagues. We got the PS4.
PS4, without a doubt, got to be an S tier.
Yeah.
Where an S tier, not quite sure, but the fact that this kind of like it brought Sony back up from when they were down. Like the 360 fucking demolished the PS3. Um, if you own a PlayStation, they're like why do you own a PlayStation? But the PS4, not talking about PlayStation now, but PlayStation back then, when they were like, this is how you share games on PlayStation 4. Like, dude, like that kind of marketing, fantastic, perfect. Um, the amount of different games that are on the PlayStation 4, also fantastic. Got a whole fucking shelf of them. Like, I don't know. It was just a great console all around, and I like the design of it too. I ain't gonna lie, it looks sleek.
Yeah, I
I like the original a lot more than the Slim. Slim just there.
so the only argument I was going to make is to put this in
Okay,
A
let me hear it.
tier, and that is because the PS4 Pro exists.
That's fair.
And the PS4
That's fair.
Pro is funny looking because it's like they literally just added another layer of cake, which I think is really funny.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but
I had one.
so I think it's safe for us to put the PS4 in the A tier. I'll just put it at the bottom of A for now. We can rearrange, and I think the PS4 Pro goes into the S tier. Now the PS4 Pro made such a difference. It made such a difference. So many games ran so much better. Everything loaded faster. The boot up of the system was better. It was much quieter. Um, but the PS4 is just a phenomenal system, phenomenal generation of video games. This is when we, finally started to hit kind of diminishing returns. Like I feel like a lot of PS4 games still look just as good as a lot of PS5 games do.
Yeah,
Either look wise or the fidelity, like how well they run is like PS4 Pro is essentially just where we've kind of hit the peak, and it's like now we're trying to get past that peak, and it seems like we're struggling to get much better. But Sony's first party output was phenomenal on this thing. Um, this is the generation where it really felt like games truly started to feel like all versions were the same, whether you played them on Xbox or PlayStation or PC. Like it felt like everything finally kind of migrated. So third party stuff, it felt like you didn't really have to pick between consoles because it seemed like no matter what, it was going to be good on what the console you played
yeah.
it on. I feel like PlayStation really perfected the way that they handle trophies on this system. I like the setup of trophies the best on PlayStation 4. I loved the themes on PlayStation 4 were fantastic. Lots of fantastic dynamic themes on it. Gravity Rush 4 came out on it as well as Gravity Rush Remastered and Gravity Rush 2.
I was
No
like,
Gravity Rush
whoa,
4.
there's a fourth
I
one?
wish. No.
Damn.
No, we got Gravity Rush Remastered, the second best game of all time, as well as its sequel, Gravity Rush 2. Um, just tons of fantastic stuff. I think that the PS4 is, an insanely expansive library of games, an insanely quality machine, and I just feel like if we were to talk about like a golden age in gaming overall, like maybe take away some of the stuff of like, the day one patches and the DLCs and stuff like that. If we're just talking about consistent quality video games coming out, the PS4 generation might be the best one.
Yeah, yeah, and it brought back Crash Bandicoot. That's big on my list. I
That's
don't
also
give a
true.
fuck.
I think that we could put it above the PS3. I don't know if I want to put it above the 1, 2, or the Vita.
Personally, for me, I'd probably put it above the Vita.
All right, guys, thank you for
But
watching.
all right, guys, Tyler's fired. I'm having a solo show going on.
Now,
Um,
I see what you're saying. Can we come back to it? Can we come back to it?
yeah, we'll come back to it.
All right, and then the PS4 OG, I think we could put above the PS3 Slim as well, right?
Yeah,
All right, now
yeah,
we got the PS4 Slim. I think we could just safely put that at the bottom of A.
yeah. I'm fine with
Not
that.
really too much to add on that. It was just the reiteration. There's some great pack-in deals though back in the day. Like I remember you could get Red Dead 2 with it. You can get Horizon with it. They had a lot of good like
Back when you had
bundle deals.
pack-in deals that came with an actual
I
game.
know, right? Good times. Now we got a interesting one. The PlayStation VR.
I owned one.
So did I. So how did you feel about it?
I really liked the VR. I hate it was kind of neat that you were able to make use of the PS3 Move controllers. The one downside is the amount of fucking wires you needed to run this damn
It
thing
was
was so
obnoxious.
atrocious. You needed a wire going from that to the console, no, to a box. They had like three wires in this box. You had an HDMI cable going from the console to the box, from the box to the TV. Yeah, like another wire going to like just to the place. Yeah, it was so
It
obnoxious.
sucked.
Like, it was bad. It
And then not only that, but you had to charge the move controllers to use for it too. So it's like
Yeah,
it was too much.
like yeah, uh, yeah. I don't know.
I would put it in D tier because I hated using this thing. I think that there's some interesting stuff on there. Like I played a lot of Beat Saber. Tetris Effect was cool. Moss was pretty interesting, but I really don't think that there was much on there to justify this thing. And personally, for me, it made me fucking sick every time. It gave me such a headache. I couldn't play this thing for more than like 20, 30 minutes. I think that the tech just wasn't there yet, and I thought that it was cool and interesting that they kind of made an affordable, accessible VR headset that could be used on a console, and you didn't need like a big fancy PC rig and $1,000 headset on top of that big fancy PC rig. But I don't think there's anything enjoyable about playing the PlayStation VR.
Yeah, so I definitely enjoy VR experiences. I enjoy playing them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm one of the lucky ones that like I don't get the motion
I
sickness or
also don't
anything,
think
so
it helps
I
that I
can
have
put
to
it in
wear
for me.
glasses. So it's like I either have no glasses and everything's super
Yeah,
blurry and is already kind of low quality, or I have to wear my glasses and then there's like a gap that kind of takes me out of it. So it's like VR's not glasses friendly yet.
yeah, and I don't know, but the boat of having like all the wires, it was just you spent more time setting this damn thing up
Than
than you
playing
did
it.
to fucking play it. So like, I'm fine with D for this one.
Where are we feeling on
Two,
D? Above the PSPs or below them?
um, damn.
I say above the PSPs.
All right, let's put it above.
Because the few experiences I did have with PlayStation VR for extended periods of time, I did enjoy them. So,
Yeah, if you are a VR person, it's definitely worth it.
mm-hmm,
But like, we'll, we'll get to the more worth it later
mm-hmm.
on.
We have the current generation next, the PlayStation 5. Interested to see your thoughts on this. I think so. It's tough because the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4, probably in terms of time spent, the consoles I play the most. Just because if I play a third party game, especially, I'm playing it on the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4. Um,
Yeah.
I love that they kept backwards compatibility. It was very important that the PS4 games work on there.
Mhm.
Um, I think it's obnoxious they still haven't gotten PS3 to work. I like that they've worked a little bit on the PS1 and PS2, but it's not nearly as good as it should be. They have no reason for the slow output or any of the other things that they're doing.
Yeah, the fact we're only getting one game
Hmm.
per fucking premium month,
I do,
and the fact we have every motherfucking Ape Escape game except Ape Escape 3 bothers me to high heavens,
and not
dude.
only that, but
Every
Ape
time there's
Escape
this
2 runs like shit on this thing
that
still.
that too,
So
and it's the freaking European version, so you got all these European accents.
disgusting.
And no offense to you Europeans, I was just like, what the hell?
Full offense.
Um, but
I'm just kidding.
not, but they even took a game we never got here from Ape Escape and put it on there, the Ape Escape Academy 2. But we can't get 3, and that thing was rated way back in the day, back in the PS4 days. So like, it's somewhere in the back end, and they're just not doing
You're
it.
like,
And
that
I'm
being
just like,
said, F tier for PS5.
because no Ape Escape 3, fucking, we're making a G tier. I don't fucking know. Like,
So the PS5 is weird because this is not a unique thing to say, but many people said it, and I totally agree. It feels like the first PlayStation generation to have no identity. Like it doesn't feel like there's much special about it. It feels like Sony has gone back to their their cruddy cheaper ways that they had in the PS3, but on top of that, they don't have a lot of first party games to kind of make up for their crappy practices and crappy business that they've done. I think that the console itself is really stupid looking. I'm still not a fan of it. It looks like fucking Kaiba's fancy jacket from Yu-Gi-Oh, but with no Kaiba head. I think that the DualSense is a great controller. I do love the DualSense. I'm still not a fan of the UI on the PS5. Actually, I still think that it's clunky and a little overly complicated. I feel like as time has gone on, the PlayStation Store has gotten slower and worse on it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if you experienced that as well, but it's definitely gotten worse
Like
for
it's
me.
built into it, so it kind of like as we get updates, more shit's added. It's like,
It just slows down.
but the amount of slop that people add to the fucking
True, I
PlayStation
know.
Store, they're
I know.
taking
Talk about
some
all the
off,
AI slop
but
now. For a while, it seemed like Nintendo was the one that had the really bad digital store, and PlayStation's I think is even worse now. So it's a shame.
yeah,
The console itself is. I feel like it didn't finish all of the testing that needed to get done first. It's like there's been people that haven't been able to play certain games. Like remember when Returnal came out and it just didn't work for some people and they had to
yeah.
send in their PlayStation to get new ones. I had the issue where mine accidentally got unplugged and it just deleted the fucking memory of the console. I had to download like all of the information from Sony's website to reboot my PlayStation and like start it from scratch. It's like these things are super fragile and weird, and I feel like there's no reason for that. Not only that, the price has only gone up in 6 years. Consoles should not be getting more
Yeah.
expensive. I know it's not Sony's fault, but as a consumer, that's not my fucking problem. Unfortunately, they make so much money off of game sales. I'm like, I do not care. You cannot justify it to me. Um, it's tough because I use this console all the time, but I don't know if I actually think it's like a great console. I think it's just because it's the most modern one, the strongest one that I have, but there's a lot of finicky things about it. And really, most of the time when I'm playing games on it, I'm usually playing PS4 games. Way more than I'm playing PS5 games. Um, so I don't know. It's like, I guess we could say A because it's still good, but I don't think I would put the PS5 in S tier. I think of if you were going like placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think that the 5 might be the least interesting or the least impactful. He's thinking everybody.
Damn. Yeah.
Did I did do you agree or did I make you realize something?
Like I get all your
Yeah.
points, but
You're like, but also I love the
yeah, it's hard
PS5.
because yeah, I do. Like collecting for it's fun. The fact that it's backwards compatible, so I can play this whole
I
freaking
will
thing
say,
and
big fan
over
of
there
physical
on it.
PS5 games. I think the blue boxes with the white PS5
Yeah.
banner, beautiful, beautiful scheme.
Um. Damn. Um. Like I get all the other things that you say, like, oh, this is the first console where like, price is going up and had all these issues and like I remember Jonathan, when he got his PS5, he he couldn't play PS5 games on it because his system would just randomly crash all the time. So he was able to play PS4 games, they would not crash.
So
When
annoying.
he played a PS5
Yeah.
game, he'd have like a little bit of time before it just bloop.
They took away our
Um
themes.
yeah, we don't have themes, we don't have themes.
I think checking your trophies is super clunky for some reason, and there's no reason for it to be. If you hit the PlayStation button and you click on the trophies for the game you're playing, you shouldn't have to scroll all the way down to go to another trophy menu to see your trophies better. You should just be able to look at your fucking trophies. That drives me insane.
that's fair. That's fair. I don't know if I would put it in A. I would still want to put it in S.
I think I'd be happiest if we said top of A.
Do we have the other ones on this list, like the PS5 Pro and all that too?
We had the PS5 Pro, no Slim because I feel like it basically even looks the same, so I didn't add it. And then the PSVR 2. So all that's left after this is the PS5 Pro and the PSVR 2.
Okay, put it top of A for now. Put it top of A.
Okay. So next up, let's do the PSVR 2. Now, disclaimer, zero experience with this thing. I've never touched it, never seen it in person, never played it, so I'm going to fully rely on you for this one.
Okay, so they definitely took everything about the PSVR 1 and they enhanced it.
Okay.
One cable, that's it. You just plug it in the USB-C port on your PlayStation 5, bam,
Beautiful.
all ready to go. It's got new controllers. You do have to charge both of them. I have the like charging dock for them. Um, they feel great. It's like I forget what there's an actual name for them, but like the feel for them, like you put your hands in like the hoops or whatever. I don't know. It feels really nice. It's way better than the like Move controllers, I would
Is it
say.
still true
Um,
that if you break one, though, you can't buy them and you have to buy a whole new PlayStation VR 2?
I'm not sure.
I remember that being a point of contention was they don't sell the controllers separately, so if you broke one, you were just shit out of luck.
Damn, that sucks if that's true. Yeah, because I don't think I ever seen one in stores for like to buy. Damn.
Not good.
Yeah, all right, that's no bueno. But it has a lot of cool experiences on it. Like you like pretty much Capcom's great with it. You could play like any Resident Evil in like VR and
And that's
like well
really
not any
cool.
Resident
Yeah.
Evil. 4, 7, 8. I'm sure they're gonna add 9, and I will fucking play through that on VR because 9, fantastic. Yeah. Um yeah, I don't know. It just improved everything on the VR one, so it definitely has to be above that. And there's some other cool experiences on it too. Like I have this one Star Wars game, Star Wars Tale from Galaxy's Edge, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's really cool. Going through, there's like some lightsaber duels in it, and there's also like just regular
Yeah,
lightsaber
I've heard there's some pretty good
Star
stuff
Wars.
on it. So
But that game actually, the physical got kind of expensive. That's kind of like a harder to find one. Um, where I would put it though, because it is VR. So like it has that going for it. But it's also fun sometimes if you want to just put on the headset and play regular PS5 games, like just chill back. It's like a big fucking movie
yeah,
screen
it's kind of
that
cool.
you're playing on. That's kind of fun. I ain't gonna lie. Um, bottom of B.
Bottom of B. Okay, that's perfect because that's where I placed it while we were talking about it, so I don't have to move it.
Look at
All
that.
right, like I said, I didn't include the PS5 Slim. I just feel like it barely even looks different than the regular PS5, so I just didn't bother. Um, so last, maybe least, the PlayStation 5 Pro. I do not have a PlayStation 5 Pro, so I will be leaning on you for more of this as well. From everything I've seen and done, it seems like the PS5 Pro is not like the PS4 Pro. It seems like it doesn't seem worth the upgrade for most people. I know some games have actually run worse on it until they've had updates specifically for those games, which is problematic in my opinion. And not only that, but they gave it gills, and it kind of grosses me out. So I say nay on the PS5 Pro, but maybe you have a different experience as an owner of one.
So, I got my PS5 Pro for a really good deal. I got it for cheaper than it was originally going for, even before the price went up, and I bought it right before the price went up.
Nice.
Because Amazon fucked up and they gave me 25% off.
Oh wow, nice.
Um, yeah, so I got it for like 5
That's
something.
crazy. Good for you.
Um, so great deal. Um,
Don't let that affect your opinion, though. Remember
oh,
that this is
I
like a
won't.
$900
But
machine now.
so I don't know. I do. At the end of the day, I do want at least one of the PS5s in S tier. Um, so
Do you think it's
I
better
don't know
than the
if I
base
would.
model? I mean, I guess technically it is, but I've heard the reports of the hiccups on random games, and I'm like, I feel like that's unacceptable for a game to run worse. And
Yeah,
not only that, but a
I
lot
mean,
of games it still doesn't run at 60, and I'm just like, isn't that supposed to be the point? I don't know.
yeah.
Just
I mean,
seems
I still never
disappointing.
had any issues with it. I could definitely tell the differences though. Like for when Pragmata came out, that thing looked amazing. Resident Evil 9, I played that on the Pro. Did I play it on the Pro? I think I played it on the Pro. No, I don't remember. I think I had one at that time, maybe. Um, shit. Fuck. But there's also the fact that you have to buy a disk drive,
Oh, that's
and
right.
that's
It
real
doesn't come
shitty.
with one. That is shitty.
The original PS5 did.
Hmm. And there was a digital version of the original PS5, but
There was.
at
We
least
don't
it
have
was
that on here,
$100
but
cheaper or $50 cheaper, something like that,
it was 100.
which is kind of crazy to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, $400 for a PS5 to get into it. I mean, granted, no disk drive, but nowadays we have the detachable one, uh, which I had to buy. So, fuck.
What are you feeling?
I'm trying to see if I would argue for the Pro to go to S tier, the regular to go to S tier. Mm,
How about this? They both go in A tier.
how about no? Um. Fuck. See, like I would be fine if we put the Pro where we have the regular and we move the regular one up.
Okay, we'll do that for now. And let's go through the whole list again and see if we want to do any rearranging. How about that?
Okay.
So here's our list right now. F tier, we have the PSP Street. D tier, we have the PSVR, the PlayStation Portable 2000, and the PlayStation Portable 1000. In
And
C
we forgot
tier,
a console.
we did?
Yeah, we forgot the Nintendo PlayStation.
That's fine. In C tier, we have the PSP Go and the PSP 3000. In B tier, we have the Super Slim PS3, the PlayStation TV, and the PSVR 2. In A tier, we have the PS5 Pro, the OG PlayStation, the OG PS2, the OG PS4, the the PS3 Slim, and then the PS4 Slim. And in S tier, we have the PS1, the PS2 Slim, the Vita OLED, the PS4 Pro, the PS3 Fat, the PS Vita 2000, and the PS5. How are we feeling?
Still think the PS5 needs to move up a little bit, but other than that, I'm comfortable.
So I think B and below totally good with all that. A tier I feel
Yeah.
like is kind of irrelevant because it's just other versions of the same consoles in S tier. um
Yeah, honestly.
and
So A tier, don't take for granted the order because it's just different
yeah.
models. Essentially, they're
So
just there.
here is my insanely hot take that
The
I think you're going to
S
disagree on, but I want to say it
S
anyway.
stands for S stands for superior
There
model
you
in
go.
this case.
So here's my
Um,
extremely hot take. I think you're going to tell me no.
they're gonna say Vita goes to top of
And
S.
PS4 Pro behind it. So
I didn't expect you to say that.
my order for S tier would be
Oh wait, you said PS4 Pro. I thought you said PS5 Pro
no,
behind
no,
it. I was like,
no
what?
PS4 Pro. I would put Vita OLED first, then PS4 Pro, then PS1, then PS2, then Fat PS3, then Vita LCD, then PS5. That would be my personal order.
No, no. The one thing I was thinking was, like I said, the PS5 should probably move up a bit. But I was thinking, like, for how good the PS4 was, that should definitely be like, you know, up. Um, like PS1 and PS2, yeah, they were great, especially for legacy stuff. But the PS4 just kind of honestly turned PlayStation around. Now it's got them fucking to
Now they've gotten a little too big
hot-headed
for
and
their
kick
britches,
butt.
as they say.
Yeah, now they're like, oh yeah, we're fucking.
Man, are we crazy? Are we
But
gonna put the PS4 at the top? Let's just fucking do
I
it.
see.
Let's do it.
All right, PS4 goes up.
PS4
PS4 goes
Pro,
up.
our number one PlayStation console. Not overall for I think me, but collectively with our opinions combined, I think that's
Yeah.
valid. So are you saying that the PS4 Pro is your favorite console of all time if you're easily making that decision?
That's great. I mean, like you have the argument
You're
that
going for the PS4 set, so you clearly love it.
shut up. Like you have the argument that the PS5 also plays the PS4 games. But like I feel like with how much like the console turned PlayStation around
I
gives it
just
that
feel like there's a
aspect to
lot
be
of
higher.
baggage around PS5 too.
Yeah, like especially with the whole exclusive argument, like a lot of stuff. Like we're first now starting to get like stuff that only comes out on
And
PS5.
we didn't
And
ever
what they're
talk
gonna
about how
release this
shitty the
PS5.
PS4 store was. That sucked. Looking up stuff
Yeah, that
with the
was
scrolling. Maybe this is
yeah, that
actually
was
an
pretty
F
bad.
tier console. Let's move that again.
Just move that all the way
I don't
down.
know. I feel like objectively PS4 Pro is number one, but in my heart of hearts, it doesn't feel like it's number one. So I don't know.
Yeah. Ah, it's so difficult.
It is hard because it's hard to compare when they're all pretty much great, right? I don't know.
Hmm.
Because I feel like the main reason we have PS1 and number one is mostly because it's the OG. I don't actually know if it deserves to be number one.
Yeah, I agree. At this point, it's just like these are an S because they're S. Like we don't have them
Yeah,
ordered.
it's hard to
These
do
are
it
an
in
A
order.
because they're
Well,
A.
if you were gonna do your order for the top for S tier, what would your order be if we weren't doing this together? What do you think?
Oh Jesus. I'm so stuck on where to put the PS5 because it also plays PS4 games. I'm like, well, would it technically go above or would it go below? Because like I said, the whole fucking thing where it turned PlayStation around, like that kind of
I'm
has
not
some
gonna lie,
aspect
I
to it.
never had a technical issue with a PS4 ever. So I was
I
like, in
haven't
terms
either.
of a
Besides, like
quality
some games,
machine, never had an issue with a PS4 Pro. An OG
yeah. Besides, like
PS4 I
some
did
games crack and
actually,
that
but not a PS4
thing.
Pro.
Fuck.
Like I said, I think if this were my personal one, it would go Vita, PS4 Pro, PS1, PS2 Slim, PS3 Fat, then Vita LCD, then PS5. That would be mine.
Mm. Mm. um.
Now, if the PS4 could play every game under the sun, like PS1, 2, 3, and 4, like if they kept all backwards compatibility, then it would
Oh
be
yeah, that was
easy
just
number one.
yeah. Mm.
Lots of silence on this podcast, Tyler. Better start thinking.
I know. I know. This is
He's
like
stressed out.
difficult, dude. It's giving me a fucking.
You're like, I've never thought about it until now.
I was like, huh, I gotta rank these two consoles. I love the PS4. I love the PS5. I love all the PlayStation consoles, to be honest.
Except for the PSP.
Um,
We clearly don't love it that much.
yeah, I just like collecting for it.
I don't know. We could just leave it
Um,
where it is. We could just leave it be.
just leave it be. All the S tier consoles are great.
All right. Before we leave it be, I'm going to move the Vita to number one, and that's going to be the final screen that we show. All right. So,
No, Vita's number two. At least put it in number two. PS4 both.
all right. So our final tier list, we have the PSP Street in the F tier, D tier, PSVR, PSP 2000, PSP 1000 C tier, PSP Go, PSP 3000 B tier, PS3 Super Slim, PSTV, and PSVR 2. A tier, PS5 Pro, PlayStation OG, Fat PS2, PS4 OG, Slim PS3, and Slim PS4. And in the S tier, we have the Vita OLED, we have the PS1, the PS2 Slim, the PS4 Pro, the PS3 Fat, the PS3 OLED, and the PS5. We're satisfied?
I'm satisfied.
All right. I'm glad
Sure,
that
why
you
not?
didn't notice that I put PS Vita OLED at the top for our final answer. You agreed, and now set in stone
No,
forever.
I heard you say that.
Set in stone.
Yeah,
He's just not gonna argue.
I'll let you. I'll let you get your thing.
Oh, you're so sweet.
You can technically play the PS4 on it with
True.
the thing, remote plays.
So it's the ultimate console. All right. Got some write-ins.
I mean, I always have some weird thing here on Generations Behind.
Yes,
So
we do. I know. Since I
like the
didn't put the
Pokemon
show
Mini
notes in, put the write-ins in the show notes since we got some of these write-ins late. I'll just be reading them all, so you can all listen to my
I
beautiful.
want to read one of
Do
them.
you?
I want to read Jason's. I want to read Jason's. Copy and paste that.
Oh
in
my
here.
gosh.
I'll read it last.
All right.
Come on, you got
I
it.
know. It's loading. All right, it's loading. Let me do that.
Let me make sure nobody else texted me. Hold on. I asked Rob.
He did.
Oh yeah, he said submitted.
All right, so Jason
at
is in
that.
the show notes, so you could read his. We'll do his last. Patrick wrote in. He said, hands down, my favorite PlayStation console will forever be the PS1. Redefined gaming in ways that my teenage mind could not fathom at the time. I remember picking mine up on launch day after trading in my Genesis and all the games to get it, even though in hindsight it was clunky. It was clunky. Playing Battle Arena Toshinden for the first time completely blew me away. I do love that game. They had that at my local pizza place as a kid. So I'm very nostalgic for playing the arcade version of Ballerina Toshinden. The arcade perfect port of MK3 that followed weeks later was also just amazing. Also, the way I played Mortal Kombat 3 back in the day. Had the long box we got. Um, I could go on and on for my favorite memories of Resident Evil and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, plus it gave me one of my favorite games of all time, Final Fantasy VII. Lots of core memories tied to that console. Thank you. The PS1, tons of bangers. So I think it's perfectly well deserving as the high spot that we gave it. Tellersuit wrote in. He said, she likes me for me, not because I look like Tyson Bedford, but with the charm of Robert Redford oozing out my ears. Tellersuit here. Even though I'm foolishly Team Xbox, I did own a fat PS3 back in the day. Played a lot of NHL 14 on that thing. Shout out to Martin Brodeur. I don't know if that's how you say it. I'm not a sports guy. I apologize. But PS2 is the GOAT. Have fond memories playing GTA 3 at a friend's house because Mama Tellersuit wasn't having that shit. I also never got to play the PS2 games, or the Grand Theft Auto games, unfortunately.
We do an Xbox tier list and we bring Rob on as a guest.
That'd be fun. All right, next we have Chris, in parentheses, X Button Gaming. He said, I have history with every PlayStation console over the years, but for me personally, it has to be the PS1. My parents got a PS1 sometime in 97. I desperately wanted an N64 and didn't even know what the PS1 really was. At first I was disappointed, but immediately fell in love with games like Crash Bandicoot and Twisted Metal. The most important thing about the console, though, was that it was the console that showed me the games that were more than a time killer, that could be immersive experiences. It was the console that got me onto RPGs. Playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time definitely changed the trajectory of how I played games going forward. And Metal Gear Solid blew me away as a kid. I still hold a lot of love for that console. Also, a shout out to the Vita, which is an easy contender for my favorite, and is definitely my favorite console to collect for. Hell yeah. Last write-in from Jason. Why don't you go ahead and read that one, sir?
I thought Zach did one.
I know, but we'll do Jason first.
Oh, okay. So there's probably some reason behind this. Okay.
I don't know if there is, actually. I just forgot until you reminded me, so thank you for reminding me.
I know he texted me and asked me a question, so I have a feeling it revolves around that. So, all right, Jason wrote in. He said, hello there, power to the players. Jason here to give you my thoughts on my favorite PlayStation console. I would have to say my favorite PlayStation console would be, like most others, the PlayStation 2. Great choice. With the PS2 generation, there were a lot of firsts for the gaming industry. Having DVD, not just a storage for games, but having a player, built into it, probably is what I was supposed to say.
DVD player
built into it to watch movies. Too, which kicked off that consoles can be more than just playing games. The PS2 not only continued to give us franchises. You can tell he did this speedy. He's like, I gotta get it right in. The PS2 not only continued to give us franchises that were on the original PlayStation, but gave us the start of many new franchises that unfortunately we don't see so much today. Wild Arms, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper.
God, I gotta get back to Wild Arms. I enjoyed when I played that. That was one of the first games they put on when they started doing the classics on PS4 and PS5. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just like, man, I forgot about Wild Arms.
I think 1, 2, and
4 is on there now, so you can pretty much play them all. Yeah, I think 5 is the only one missing.
Probably get that before you escape 3. Well, I'm not going to keep this right in too long this time, so I'll leave you on this final note. I could have said that the PlayStation 4 was my favorite console, but unfortunately, that remake that no one should play was made first on it.
That is true.
Lowered the rankings.
Unfortunately, we've all been brought down by Cloud Strife at some point in our lives. All right. So we got some write-ins from our deceased co-host, Zach.
From the dead.
Let's see. God, he wrote in a lot. Okay. Hope you all packed
from the lunch. Grocery store, getting some milk. He wrote in.
All right. He said, I had access to a PS1 via siblings at a young age and played things like Croc, Crash, and of course everyone's favorite Lego Island 2. But I did not really connect with a Sony system until I got a PS3 in middle school. I got a double pack of games and packed it in with a Little Big Planet and Ratchet and Clank, a crank in time, but I only wanted to play Little Big Planet. I finally decided to try Ratchet weeks and months later, and it turned out to be one of my favorite games ever, only recently falling out of my top 10. PS4 was really fun when it hit its stride when I hit my stride with Sony and was playing the most games and getting into the scene and the hobby the most, so I think it'll always be my favorite PlayStation console. Tons of exclusives, and I have a great memory of waiting outside of my local Best Buy and being one of the first in town to get one. For the rankings, though, I cannot ignore the significance of PS1 and PS2. Even though I did not play them much, the PS2 is the only PlayStation I never owned. Shout out to SSX Tricky on the GameCube being a top 5 PS2 game. PS4 had the Legacy, and my personal favorite, so it's at 1. PS4 is so important, and I still have fond memories, so is it 2. PS2 makes it up to 3 because despite me not having one, Katamari Damacy really carries the system. PS3 has so many faults, and it really was struggling there against the 360 for a while. I remember a friend of mine complaining his Skyrim for PS3 would crash every 5 minutes, and I played hundreds of hours with only the good Bethesda jank on my 360. Good library, but I must punish Sony and their arrogance to put it at 4. PS5 is a great system, has lots of games, but the Sony PlayStation output has been kind of lacking, and I'm also mad at them right now. Fuck you, Sony. PS5 sucks. So his official rating 41235, and he said can't rate the portables because he has not really played them. He then said, games I'm playing, I've just started Rhythm Heaven and having a good time. Also, Bird Dog pointed me towards Tomato Adventure being added to Japanese NSO, and I never realized this was Alpha Dream's precursor to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I use magic powers to translate it to English and play it on my analog pocket, and I am having a blast. I have one pickup that just arrived today, Minishoot Adventures physically for the Switch 2. I'll do a quick unboxing short on my channel if anyone cares to see. Shameless plug. That daily beating. What an asshole. Just trying to get people to go to his channel instead. Also, wanted to thank Craig and Tyler for holding it down while I deal with this strange creature keeping me up at night. Also, shout out to all those new and old listening to the pod. Rob, John, Ryan, Patrick, Christian, and so many more. If I could remake this list again, though, I still would not add a certain someone to thank. It's very funny. And then he said, predictions for the show to read at the end. And he sent me, Tyler will also have PS4 at number 1, and Craig will have PS1. Both will put the PS5 at the bottom along with me. Craig will bring up mayonnaise at least once before a video game is mentioned at the start of the pod. Tyler will rob another poor bastard in a GameStop parking lot for hundreds of dollars of games. And Jason says some dumb shit. So, believe it or not, first time mayonnaise was mentioned on the show. Was in that write-in. So really, Zach, you played yourself.
Well, we did put the PS4 up top. We did put PS1 up there. The PS5 was on the bottom.
So he wasn't totally off base. Thank you for writing in, deceased co-host of the show, Zach. Nice to hear from you.
If I remake this list, I will not add a certain.
That's very funny. I like to think there's no sincerity behind all the people he thanked. He just wanted to mention people just so that he could say not Jason's name. It's very funny.
The day they meet is going to be great.
We love you, Zach. Hope you and that strange creature are holding up well in that house of yours.
Yeah. And I hope they're helping you catch them all in Pokemon Red.
There you go.
In that photo we seen.
That was very adorable. Think that's about it, Tyler. Think that is all we have for the show. Thank you all for writing in. Tyler, goodbye to you. Still have a good amount of weekend left. Any fun plans? I know you said you were going to do some game hunting, maybe.
Game hunting, Panda Express. Looking forward to that. And then tomorrow, going with the girlfriend to a family reunion thing. So.
Nice.
And I'm probably gonna stay up really late playing Black Ops 2 again.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Good. Yeah, I think I'm going to do some solo game hunting today. I feel like just being out and about and going to some game stores, checking a few things. Haven't been to a couple stores in town in months, actually, so it'll be good to go and see what new stuff has come in. Other than that, want to play some 007 tonight, hopefully. I still want to see the Backrooms, so I might go to the movies. I have not seen the Backrooms yet. I heard it was good. And
isn't that isn't the extended cut out?
Yeah, so it's I'll get the more scenes and all that. So because it's I know it's on digital, but I like going to the movies. I'm a big fan of going to the movies.
Get your popcorn, your M&Ms.
What you do is you get the popcorn, and then so no one's gonna believe me, after what I'm about to tell, but I'm trying to lose weight. So, but my favorite thing to do, my favorite thing to do at the theater, you get your large popcorn, you get the bag of M&Ms, you dump the M&Ms on, and then you ever see those like cheese powder seasonings?
Mhm.
You take 2 of the nacho cheddar, you dump it on top, and then you go to the butter dispenser and you make it so it's like giant coagulated cheddar M&M popcorn bites, and it's like the most delicious thing in the world.
So like I like the salty, I like the sweet aspect, but adding the cheese to it's a little weird for
It's
me.
so good. You have no idea what you're missing out on.
Like I'd try it. I
Cheese
would
and
try it.
chocolate works
But
better than it should. I don't know why, but it does.
like I wouldn't do it to the whole thing I'm trying, but like if I was with you, I would try it.
Oh, you're so sweet. That's a true
I would.
friend there. But yeah, I'm not sure. So, got to figure out something to eat. It's 11. I haven't had anything to eat today, so I'm pretty hungry. So,
Yeah.
gonna...
It's two. Haven't it yet today.
yeah. Well, you're getting panda, so you're about to be eating good, boy.
Oh
What's
hell
your
yeah,
go-to?
hell yeah. Wait.
Tell me your plate at Panda
All right,
Express.
so I get the bigger plate.
You got to get the
Right?
bigger
'Cause you
plate. Got to
got
get
to.
3 meats.
You get chow
Okay,
mein. Okay. I tried fried rice once, but like chow mein's the way
it
to
is the
go.
way to go.
I usually get orange
Hmm.
chicken, staple.
Okay,
Okay. I get the teriyaki
okay.
chicken,
I'm
some
with you.
extra
I'm with you.
teriyaki sauce. Now the third one I change it up sometimes. The last time they had that like spicy orange chicken, I got that as
Mm.
well. Sometimes I get the honey walnut shrimp.
Okay,
That's pretty
okay.
good. Um sometimes I get the what is it? It's like the pepper
Hmm.
chicken, the black pepper chicken or whatever. Sometimes I get
Okay.
that. And well, I always change the last one up. Sometimes like the kung pao chicken, kung pao beef or whatever. Yeah, I'm always changing the last one up. But the teriyaki chicken, orange chicken staple, and chow
There you
mein.
go. Nice.
So,
Yeah, you're close to me. Usually I do the bigger plate as well. Chow mein, I do orange chicken, but then I do double teriyaki because I love the teriyaki so much.
ooh,
So
the teriyaki is good. It is
honestly, if
definitely
you're
good.
okay, here's a good diet meal if you're out there and you're trying to lose weight. Go there and just get teriyaki chicken and the super greens. It's like super low cal, good protein.
Yeah.
Um, but maybe don't listen to the fat
Well,
guy for weight loss
they
advice until he loses more weight. Who knows?
they have hot orange chicken
That
back
does sound
right
delicious.
now. Look at
They used to
that.
have bacon orange chicken a long time ago, and that was delicious too. It
Damn.
was really good. Anyway, enough of this. Um, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you share it with a friend, coworker, grandma. I'm sure they'd all enjoy it. Make sure to call your parents when you think of them. Tell your friends that you love them. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Adios, amigos.